What's going on, good people? I hope you are doing well. This is TLP Live. We the fans, okay? We the fans, we have a lot to say because people are coming for us. Shedeur fans, Deion Sanders fans. We the fans. It's coming right up, right after.
BWB, bandwagon buffs.
That's right. It's your man's Harry Billion. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I got to go ahead and get into this video real quick. So that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. We're going to get straight to work. Sorry for the technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? It's been some crazy stuff going on with my internet system. Let's talk, man. Hey, welcome to We the Fans. All right. So listen, man. There's a lot going on with Shedeur Sanders. I will give you some Colorado news in a different show. This right here, we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns and what's going on. Okay, you have not reached the wrong channel. Yes, you got the right channel. This is TLP Sports Club. And this show right here, I'm just going to call it We the Fans, okay? And I might just have this once a week where I speak for the fan base. People who are in the chat, we can speak for ourselves. We can address some things that are going on with Shedeur Sanders, with Deion Sanders, with the Colorado Buffs. We the fans, we're basically gonna talk about things that, I mean, people come for us, so we need a platform. We need a place where we can voice our opinions and let people know we ain't crazy and we're not delusional. You know what I'm saying? You can put a face to the comments. I can speak for us. Just because you hate Shedeur doesn't mean that we're delusional or we don't know what we're talking about. You're not the only person or the only ones that know football. So we the fans, we got a voice. And we have a platform here at TLP Sports Club. And we're going to talk about some things. Because our track record here is pretty nice. Our track record here at TLP Sports is pretty nice. We know football around here. We're very knowledgeable. We're articulate. We know what we're talking about. So cut it out. We got a lot to talk about, but cut it out. I want y'all to straight up cut it out. Y'all think y'all know more of football than the Shedeur Sanders fans, but you don't. Cut it out. Everything you've said about Shedeur has been wrong so far. Cut it out. You want to be right so much you can't even enjoy the freaking game. Cut it out. Good football is being played and you can't even enjoy it because you're hate watching. Cut it out. We the fans, we can tell you what's happening. And that's what I'm going to articulate here on this video. And I will invite anybody that's out there who is a fan, no matter where you're from, South Africa, Australia, the Philippines, Dallas, Texas, like my man Tim Smith, Alabama, all around the world. Shedeur fan base is international. And we can say what Shedeur is not allowed to say. We're the ones that's going to say those things. But be careful calling us delusional and crazy. We are the circus. We already accepted that part of it. We're the circus because we're mixed up with different folks. But don't get it twisted. We're not delusional, and you don't know more about football than we do. And I'm here to let you know that you don't know jack. You don't know jack. Everything you've prognosticated about Shedeur Sanders has been 1,000% wrong. And I'm here to tell you how wrong you've been. Let's get into it. I'm going to stretch a little bit because I'm ready tonight. Here's this platform where you can come and you can voice your opinion. I'll let the haters come on here. I'll let the middle ground people, we call them the butters, we come on here. I love Shedeur. I love Deion Sanders, but we let them come on here. I let the supporters come on here. So this platform is open for anybody that dares to be, I would say responsible, respectful, can have a discussion without getting personal. Like, you can talk about how pretty I am, but don't get out of line. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about this crap, man, because, you know what I'm saying, like, we the fans, we have a voice and we have faces. We stood here, or we came on here on this platform for so many times, and we described and we told you what was going on. And we've been right so much that we keep proving you wrong, but then the goalpost moves. Every time we prove you wrong, the goalpost has to move. So we're going to start and we're going to go backwards. We're going to start with the game that was yesterday, and then we're going to go backwards. I'm going to lay it out, and I'm going to invite people to come on here so that we can talk. That's what we do here. We talk. We have conversations. You know what I'm saying? I was going to name this show The Final Say, but I'm just going to name it We the Fans. Because the final say, basically, when everybody has had their say, we can come on here, we can dissect what they're saying, we can kind of explain some things. Because sometimes when somebody sounds right, you get a little confused until somebody who knows better is able to break down what the person that sounds right was saying. And then it changes your mind. You're like, oh, shoot, I didn't look at it from that perspective. I didn't look at it from the TLP perspective, the Liberian perspective. So, in case you didn't know what TLP meant, it means the Liberian perspective. And the Liberian perspective, for those of you who don't know, Liberia is in West Africa. Throw your W's. Let me get some W's in the chat. Any Liberian watching this show right now, like on my Liberian accent, let me get some W's for all my Liberians that are watching. Put some W's in the chat. Even if you're watching post live, put some W's in the comments. Let me know you're a Liberian. Or if you're from West Africa, put some W's in the chat. If you're West African, put some W's in the chat. But let's go. I'm going to have the final say, but this is the We the Fan show. All right. Selmo, Fudd, what up with you? Tim Smith, Dallas is in the building. Put some respect on Dallas, Texas. You got a Liberian friend? All right, go ahead. Put a W in the chat for West Africa. Let's go. Put a W in the chat, Selmo. Even though you and I don't always agree, it's okay. You got African friends. Like, it's like a white person saying I got black friends. Go ahead, put a W in the chat. Let's go. All right, Kawale, what up with you? Hi, Harry. Hi, Chad. Just coming from fighting for my life for being positive about Liana. Latest post about her and Travis finding God. Girl, what you talking about? You fighting for your life? Just coming from fighting for my life for being positive about Liana. Latest post about her and Travis finding God. Girl, we're going to have to talk about that. we might have to talk about that. Are you fighting the other folk, the unbelievers? I understand. All right, so let's reverse psychology this thing. So if you watch the chat, hold up, guys. All right, so look, let me make sure I'm not missing no information. Any news, anything new while I'm doing the show, let me know. All right, so anything happening while I'm doing the show, make sure to drop it in the chat so we can keep it. All right, but here it goes. On the screen, guys, this is how you get on the show. Join tlplive@gmail.com. You send me the request. Say, hey man, bring me up, beam me up, Scotty. Let me know. You send that email. I'm gonna bring you on the show. And then if you are generous and you want to bless my ventures, you want to bless my opportunities to keep this show free and to keep putting content, bringing content, building a platform, a community where people can come on in here and have good, clean conversations without getting personal. That's the type of platform we have here at TLP Sports Club. So if you want to continue this conversation and you want to help a brother to continue doing that for free, my cash app is $ TLP Sports Club. $, the S with a thing through it, TLP, the Liberian Perspective Sports Club. So TLP Sports Club. I appreciate everyone that does that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this show. All right, and let me change the banner. I'll just keep one at the bottom there, just in case you forget the email. I'll just keep it at the bottom there. All right, let's reverse engineer this thing. Reverse engineer this. All right, so the reason why I came up with this show, We the Fans, is it kind of generically happened, right? Lots of things generically happen while when I have a saying that I used to say like 19 years ago, that opportunity only dances with those on the dance floor. Maybe it's not 19 years, maybe 10 years ago. Opportunity only dances with those on the dance floor. So while you're doing something, when you're in action, when you're moving, when there's motion, magic will happen. Magical will happen. So don't plan forever. Just, plan and then, start doing. This is for somebody out there that's stuck in preparation mode, that's stuck in planning mode. This is for you. Don't plan forever. Like, I'm trying to revamp this channel. I'm trying to involve more, right? But I don't know exactly how yet. So I'll just keep doing what I do naturally, and then stuff will start to naturally, it'll just happen. So you keep going on, and then magic will happen. So We the Fans, this is another show here at TLP Sports Club, when we need to talk about stuff that's happening around the world, in the sports world, or maybe outside of it. I'll just come on here. I'll press play, press record. We come on live, and then we have a conversation. You can come up, email me, and then we can talk. So let's go. Let me make sure I put up the email so that if anybody emails me, there's so much to talk about. Let me copy this, email it. Give me a second, guys. Let me just email this to some of my confidants, people that come on the show. And if you're watching this post live, you can fast forward a little bit after I do the introductory stuff, and then you'll get into the meat of the show when we start talking, like, the logistics and everything like that. All right, so let's just drop this here. All right, and I'm going to drop this here. Okay, so Sunday show where we had we talked about, well, we were reacting to the game live, and I told y'all, go back to that live game, because within the live of that game, like when I'm watching every single play, I break down every single thing that's happening live. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we can't show the game, but if you'll hear me talk about every single thing that's happening in the game. The first quarter, Shedeur does well. He's controlling the game, right? The game plan. Let's go over the game plan real quick. The game plan was to just run the ball. The thing that this one is based on when people are saying that Stefanski is sabotaging Shedeur's career, it stems from this, right? Shedeur is not allowed to answer those questions. So for all of you reporters out there, like, save your energy. The young man is astute. He understands the media, and it's coming from a real place. Shedeur is not a dummy. He's been doing this for a long time. Like, he ain't new to this. He's true to this. You're not gonna catch him with a gotcha. When you are a real person and you're not fabricated and you don't have these pancake answers, right? These predetermined answers, and you're a real person and you speak from the heart, then you can catch those fastballs that are coming. You can catch them in the media, those gotchas. You can just grab it from the air and you can say stuff like, man, why are you trying to start trouble? Man, that is that's a disingenuous question. Like, why would you? That's a rude question. Why would you ask me that? Shedeur is not allowed, media people, to say what we are saying. We're allowed to do that. We are allowed to say whatever we want to say because we are the fan base. Our job is to piss you off, to do your job, to keep you on your toes, to keep you on your pivot. That's our job as the fan base. And nothing you can do about that. Nothing. We can call you whatever names we want to call you. The customer is always right. That is the American way. Okay? So strap it up and put up with it. That's just how it works. You understand what I'm saying? The customer is always right. Okay? We can call you whatever we want. We can call you whatever we want. So grow a set and get used to it. Why Coach CJ says, why are people still talking about Travis' wife? It's weird. Y'all don't get me into the Travis White conversation. Let's keep with this with Shedeur. Did Shedeur get fitted for his gold jacket today? Oh, okay, we got a troll. Good. I welcome everybody. As long as you can keep it respectful, shoot your shot. Say what you got to say. Clown, troll, do whatever. It is what it is. Raw Havana, Raw Havana. Troll, do whatever. As long as you keep it respectful, you're not cussing nobody, you're not getting personal. Troll, it's troll season. But the game plan was not for Shedeur. So when you think about why people are saying, why we are saying you're sabotaging, you have to understand where it's coming from. Because the stuff that's going on in Cleveland, and I'm being very calm right now because I'm really pissed off inside. The stuff that's going on in Cleveland is not normal by any standard, by NFL standard. It's not normal. No other quarterback with high projections have to deal with this crap. So it's not normal. And the media people that keep perpetuating this ridiculous sentiment that what GM would want to accept the circus from Shedeur, what GM, why do y'all keep thinking, or why do y'all keep saying that Shedeur's fan base are blaming us for the terrible way that he's being treated by the NFL? Why is it that you're trying to scapegoat Shedeur's fan base? It don't make sense. It's weird. Because Shedeur is not sending out memos Shedeur's not sending out white papers. This is what I need you to talk about today. He ain't doing that. Shedeur's fan base, we're reacting to the unfair treatment of Shedeur. So let me answer a media person, one of those Cleveland jockeys, radio personality that post their videos online. I think it's the Cleveland Show or something like that. That keeps saying that, or keep blaming the fan base for the poor treatment of Shedeur Sanders. Let me address you, because I'm also a media guy like you, 20 years in the business. If a GM is concerned about what the fans say and think and not scouting the skill set of the player, then the GM is not doing their job. The fans are going to be the fans. We're going to say whatever we want to say. If y'all stink, we're going to throw up middle fingers. We're going to cuss your mother out. We're going to cuss everything that you got. We don't cuss around here. I don't cuss, but I'm just telling you what fans do, right? But the player is not controlling the fans, and you can't control us. So if a GM is more concerned about what the fans are going to be calling Stefanski or whoever other head coach, if they're more concerned about that and not the fact that Shedeur Sanders can play this darn game of football and make your team a winning team, if you're more concerned about me, my Liberian, beautiful, soft, dark skin, like real smooth, dark skin, if you're concerned about what I'm saying and what all the other aunties and uncles are saying, then you're not doing your job. We the fans. This is We the Fans at TLP Sports Club. Stop scapegoating us for the poor treatment of Shedeur Sanders. We know what y'all are doing. I know what y'all are doing. Let me speak for myself and for my constituency here. We know what y'all are doing. Y'all don't want to call what you say, usually, you know how your Americans say, call a spade a spade. What is the spade in this situation? The spade is that something happened within the 32-team organization. Y'all got together. We don't want to use the C word, right? Y'all got together. Something happened behind the scenes. Y'all started texting each other. Y'all started having communications. And y'all did something to cost Shedeur Sanders some money. We don't want to focus on that. And then y'all want to sell us this stupid story about how, for some reason, he doesn't know the game of football. He can't read defenses. His pre-snap situations are not as great as the computer, Dylan Gabriel, yada, yada, yada. Y'all want to use us as scapegoats for whatever happened behind the scenes. And we keep telling y'all, leave us out of this. Your sins are on your hands. You're going to be exposed week after week, game after game, year after year. You will be exposed because you lied, and we know you lied. You told us that Dylan Gabriel was better than Shedeur, and after 2.5 games, you lied. Dylan Gabriel is not and was not better than Shedeur. So you wasted all of those games on Flacco and Dylan Gabriel. And here we are sitting here having lost what? How many games we lost so far? When you have Shedeur in your facilities, he's not allowed to say some of the things that we can say. He's giving you clues. Let me tell you one of those clues. Only 1 week of practice. Only 1 week of practice, bro. Only 1 week of practice. I'll give you another one. Imagine if you give me a whole preseason, we gonna get dangerous. Give me a whole preseason, son. It'll get dangerous around here. We the fans, we believe that. We know that already. I'm sitting in this same chair, right, on a Sunday, and I'm baffled by why in the first, second, third quarter, we just keep running the ball. We passed the ball only 11 times. Dylan Gabriel is passing the ball like, I don't know how, 50-something times. Like, I'm baffled because I'm like, wait a minute. They don't know Shedeur. I said, but what are we doing? I said, that playbook is not conducive to his skill set. Why are we doing that? Why are we just giving the ball to this running back? We have nothing against him. There's three young people that are ready to take this thing and blow it up. Quinshon Judkins, was it the Ohio State wide receiver? Sorry if I don't remember his name. Put it in the chat, please. And Shedeur. Bruh, the defense is ready. All you have to do is give Shedeur a full preseason, and the Cleveland Browns would be in the playoffs. We will go at least 1 or 2 games deep in the playoffs because Shedeur is still a rookie. So I'm not expecting him to go win the Super Bowl. But the division that we in, have you seen them play? Bro, we're not even trying, and we're still in contention. I'm like, what? We played out of division. We played San Francisco, and I say, go watch the live at like 2 hours in. I said, dang. I said, we can win this game. This is a winnable game. The San Francisco game was easy for us. Shedeur had all day. I mean, he was napping. When he says hike, he goes to sleep. He had all day to pass. And something was weird. Something weird was happening. I kept thinking, I'm losing sleep. When I'm laying down in my bed, I'm like, Shedeur is overthrowing people? I said, no, man, something ain't right. Shedeur that we know, Shedeur doesn't overthrow people. Coach CJ, you're right. Shedeur's doing fine. Let me put some of these comments on the screen so y'all can, people can see what's happening here. You're right. Yeah, the win. Hey, at 187. He said that he's a Niners fan. They said the win was crazy. Yeah, the win was crazy, but the quarterbacks, they know how to throw the ball. They know how to play. But Shedeur that we know, he doesn't overthrow people. You know why? If Shedeur overthrows someone, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm not one of those fans that I'm so deep, like he can't do nothing wrong. If you know this channel, you know that Shedeur can do a lot wrong for me. He holds on to the ball way too daggone long. But yesterday he didn't. Maybe 3 or 4 times he did that. So he made me proud. I was like, wow, Shedeur is actually learning. He's a rookie. So I know that it's going to take him time to get rid of that holding onto the ball too many times. You keep getting hit by the likes of Myles Garrett on the opposite side. You keep getting hit like that, you'll get rid of that ball. So he's going to learn that. He's a rookie. He'll get over that. He'll learn it. Brock Purdy he's a magician. He knows how to escape. And Shedeur playing against him and watching him and his footwork and all of those things, that's what rookies do. They just keep soaking up everything, and then eventually they get better. And then second year, third year, then you start seeing it. But Shedeur says, give me a whole preseason. You wasted an entire preseason on Dylan Gabriel. Like, when we're saying that Stefanski is sabotaging Shedeur, I want you to know that there is some credence in that. We the fans, we're not delusional. Stop all this yabble dabble doing this fast talking car salesman crap and just listen to some of the things that these fans are crying about. Mr. Whoever you are on the radio, it's not enough to just cast us as crazy delusional fans that don't know anything about this game and we're just out here just costing Shedeur opportunities. No, we're not. And if Shedeur, you ask the question, which GM would want to deal with that? Would want his head coach being called all kinds of names? Listen, we're not irrational people. We're not stupid people. We're actually some of the smartest fan base that you can find, you can have. The reason why we're frustrated is because of the unfair treatment of Shedeur. So if we go to another GM that is doing stuff regularly and it just make mistakes, we'll just be like, yo, they're doing right. If you do right by Shedeur, you're not going to hear us saying anything out of pocket. Then we'll become the regular fans that you want. We'll celebrate, and then we'll cuss you out when you mess up. That's the regular fan stuff. But you got the aunties, the prayer, the Bible, the prayer. Hey, Keisha, bring my Bible here, please. Micah, Keisha, somebody bring my Bible, please. It's on the dining room table. The machete aunties and uncles. Where's the graphic? Let's put up the graphic because people, we the fans. We're not delusional people. We're not stupid people. If you put Shedeur on a team, that is normal, a team that wants to win, and a team that does things regularly, you won't see this vicious stuff that you're seeing. So stop it with the narratives. Stop trying to make us look like we're stupid or we're delusional. We don't know what we're talking about. Stop it. Everybody ain't out here just talking out of pocket. When people are this disgruntled, when people are this frustrated, when you argue with your wife or your husband or your spouse or whoever you're arguing with, the reason why you go the extra mile is because you have righteous anger. You know you're right, but you just go in a little deeper because there ain't no way you about to let this fly because you know you're right. Ain't no way. So the righteous anger is probably worse than the unrighteous anger. Because when you're right, you will fight for everything. You will fight with everything inside of you to be heard. That's why you have a lot of husbands and wives and partners. That's why you see them like they're always at odds because, dang, I feel like I'm right. And I am about to let you win this argument. So stop acting like we're stupid or something out here. I mean, a blind man can see how Shedeur's being treated is not fair, but he ain't going to say that. He's not supposed to, bro. What kind of stupid person would be like, will bite the hand that feeds them? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Like, why do you think Shedeur is going to come out and say, I can't believe we went for it on fourth down? Why do you think what do you think Shedeur is stupid? Could you bring my Bible? It's on the dining room table. Okay. Thank you. I mean, we can say that stuff, but stop expecting Shedeur to say that. Like, don't be a stupid reporter and ask him those questions. Do you feel like Stefanski should have called those fourth down? Like, what kind of stupid person? What are you doing here? What are we doing here? Shedeur should actually tell you his frustrations that, thank you. Shedeur should tell you his frustrations that Stefanski should have not put the ball in the hands, took it out of his hands, and give it to the tight end. He should tell you that. In the meantime, he's still fighting for an opportunity. But you're going to be stupid out here. Oh, yeah, he should say that. I mean, how stupid do you think we are out here? We're going to tell you that. Wait for us to tell you that. And then when we tell you that, listen. Stop telling us that we don't know anything about football, about this game. You don't know anything about this game. Because you keep thinking that the way that Shedeur is being treated is only because he was a 5th rounder and he was drafted 144th, and you're thinking that all of that was done right because he has no talent. That is what you're believing. So your arguments are all based on that. But then when you get on the field, you see that he's putting up numbers that's better than the veteran Brock Purdy. How is that? How is he a 5th? How is it that a 5th rounder starting his 2nd game, right? Y'all please hit the like button that what's her name just said. Thank you so much in advance. Fluoride Leto. What's up? How you doing? Thank you for asking them to hit that like button. I see you. How is it that you don't see that Shedeur broke records for the Cleveland Browns already? Everywhere he goes, he elevates the place. I mean, if you don't want to see it, then stop calling us stupid. Stop calling us delusional. Stop saying we don't know the game. Because we told you that Shedeur is who he is and better than that. He's going to grow. And when he grows, I hope it's away from the Cleveland Browns and away from that Stefanski. I hope it's quickly away from him because he doesn't know Shedeur and he don't want to get to know him. I mean, in New York here where I'm at, we gave the keys to Jackson Dart because we saw his potential. We gave him a shot. He showed us what he could do, and we gave him the keys. We was like, this is your team. Shedeur has not gotten a fair chance, and I don't know what it is that you keep saying, oh, because he's a 5th rounder, and I keep telling you that, okay, the draft is over. Let's slow this down so you can hear some of the things, because when we're shouting, it's hard for you to really comprehend what we're saying because you look at us as just a bunch of glazers. So all you're staring at is some Krispy Kreme donuts, and you think we're just a bunch of fanatics, and we just love Shedeur so much we would say anything. But you're not realizing that what we're saying is legit, and we're too legit to quit. I hope you just picked up what I put down, okay? That deserves a like. So hit that like button. Like, come on, man. I just that's bars. We've been saying legit stuff. We've been telling you that Shedeur is better than Dylan Gabriel. Did you know that Shedeur actually broke, maybe not break, but did you know that that what he did on Sunday beat out so many veterans in the NFL? Did you know that? How is it that a 5th round person who can't play the game of quarterback or the game of football at the position of quarterback, how is it that he's doing that with only 2 actual 6 days of practice? How can you do that when you don't know how to play? How can you do that when you're bad? How is it that a quarterback that knows how to play the game is given an opportunity by the organization? Because most organizations, and please give me an opportunity to slow this down and just have a conversation with you. This show is called We the Fans. I'm your voice. You're my voice. I told you I got my email on the screen. You can come on here and you can talk just like I'm talking. I will bring you on. If you want to show your face, fine, show your face. If you don't want to show your face, fine, that's fine. Just bring your voice. Email me and I'll bring you onto the platform so we can talk. But I just want to have a decent conversation. Let's slow this stuff down because I think when we keep shouting at each other, we don't hear each other. I got the cross. My cross, I'm rocking it with the Bible tonight. Let's go. We need the word. We need the word because I don't understand why is it that you're not hearing us. Given the opportunity, Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in the 2025 draft. Shedeur Sanders is still the best quarterback in the 2026 draft. I know talent. It's actually one of my God-given gifts to smell and pick out talent. I can seal a mile away. Shedeur is still the best quarterback. And it's so sad that we're watching it in real time, and grown men and grown women are actually saying this kid is no good. But every time he steps on the field, he does better than the people that you say are better than him. So how is that? Like, how can you make that make sense for me? Make that make sense, please. Stefanski was running the ball so much, taking the ball out of Shedeur's hands. And Shedeur's gift, his talent, his skill set is throwing the ball because he came out of college. Get this. This is a fact. Because we miss facts. We try to mix facts with others, with emotions, but this is a fact. Shedeur Sanders came out of college the most accurate quarterback in the nation. So if you're a scout for the Cleveland Browns, if you do your due diligence and you see that, oh, one of his stats is that if he's given time to throw the ball, he is the most accurate quarterback coming out of college. I believe in like in the last 10 years or 20 years or something like that. Somebody throw the stat in the chat so everybody can see. The most accurate quarterback given time to throw. And on Sunday, I kept saying it. I said, oh, wait a minute. I see something. Shedeur Sanders has time to throw the ball. I said his protection is immaculate today. Why are we not throwing the ball at least 85% of the time? Because now you have a young man who can throw. And he understands wind projection. He understands how to calculate when to throw the ball, even in 35 miles, 40 miles per hour wind. He knows how to do that. Did you see the touchdown? He can do that. Give him some targets. But you keep running the ball like you don't know this. You don't know his recruiting. What is the word? You don't know his abilities. Let me just use that because I can't think about the sporting word. His scout sheet, his scouting report. Boom, that is it. It's like you don't. San Francisco 49ers knew they knew his scouting report. They prepared for Shedeur Sanders. Nobody got open. The San Francisco 49ers, they understand Shedeur Sanders, his abilities. So nobody got open. Shedeur was back there waiting for these guys to get separation, and these guys just are like, "Oh, I'm an NFL wide receiver. I already made the 53-man roster. I don't have to get separation, man. That you get separation." It's like when you go to a concert, and I think one of the comedians says, "Hey, yo," he was telling the audience is like, "Jump, clap your hands, and the bougie audience members are like, "Man, look, I paid $400 for these tickets. You jump, you clap your hands." That's how these Cleveland Brown receivers are. They run. If it's a hitch route, they'll run the hitch route lazily. If it's a screen, they're not really putting much effort into the screen. Right? Did you see number 3? I think Judy or whatever his name is. He caught the ball on the sideline. The yellow line is right there. And you know we have a hard time getting 1 yard. The yellow line is right there. And I'm watching this yellow line, and I say, and this dude catches the ball. He sees 2 of the defenders coming at him. He goes out of bounds. I thought about it in Liberia, and I said, Biggie, what that man doing so? I said, Abba. Ah. What kind of lizard picking that? Oh, what kind of lizardness is this? My man, you see the yellow line. If you are a professional, you're like, man, it's been hard for us to get these third downs. Let me blast through these two defenders and try to get this first down. He said, no, I'm not doing that. Judge Judy, the wide receiver, whatever his name is, you know, the guy that was arguing with Shedeur, that guy. He catches the ball and just goes out of bounds like he don't care. I said, this is not the right team for Shedeur. This team is sabotaging. This team doesn't want to win. Somebody bought the Cleveland Browns this year. Whenever there's a bet in Vegas, they do everything to make sure that the people get their money. Because I'm looking at it. It's 4th and inches. Instead of the head coach and the offensive coordinator keeping the ball in their best player, their best quarterback's hands, because you know Shedeur can get first downs. Instead of doing that, they set him to the side and give the ball to their tight end and he fumbles it. I said, but what is going on? Then I realized, I said, oh, we kept saying that Stefanski is sabotaging Shedeur. But nobody believes us. We keep telling you. Prove it to me that it's not sabotage. Another first down. Or another 4th and 1. We go for it. We don't get it because of the play calling. There's no trickery. They know you're about to run the ball. And what do? Shedeur has to turn around to the running back that is 5 yards back for 1 yard. All they had to do is a quarterback sneak or do some type of screen or some type of trick move to get 1 yard. But he turns around, has to hand it off, and by the time he hands the ball off, the line has already collapsed. And they stopped them. It's like there is no effort. These people, and when we keep telling y'all, we the fans, we keep telling y'all that there is something is not right. Y'all keep saying that we're the one that don't know football. Y'all keep telling us we're the one that's crazy. When we go off and we get belligerent and we start cussing you out and we start calling you out of your name, like names that God did not even think about yet. We start saying those things is because of our frustration. We're so frustrated beyond belief because the things that you're doing is weird. Bruh, 3 straight quarters we're running the ball when you got a quarterback with the most that's coming out of college with the most accuracy, and he's better than the quarterback he's playing against. He was more accurate than the quarterback he played against, who happens to be a veteran. I say, where do we do that at? We don't do that in Brooklyn. We don't do that in New York. No, we don't. No, sir. I don't understand what's going on. I want to understand it. I promise you. You keep calling us delusional and crazy, and we call us circus. We like circus better, but not delusional. Because when you call us delusional, it's to suggest that we don't understand what's going on. And it's like when you look at a police brutality video and you see the choking going on, and you want to convince me to wait and see the evidence. It's like, what do you think? I'm stupid or something? 2 hands around a neck with pressure, and you hear, I can't breathe. You're choking me. I can determine that that's a choke. I don't have to wait for the evidence to come out. Just naturally, I can see it's a choke. Hey, bro, you choking him. Hey, yo, you might want to loosen up. You choking him, bro. I can see it on the video. You're choking him. You'll stop choking him. That's it. Hey, Stefanski, why are you running the ball so much? Wait a minute. Okay, so let me get this straight. You are an NFL organization, or you are a NFL. We like to say the N in the NFL. You are an NFL organization. You want to win. You tell us you want to win. Okay. You got two quarterbacks, two young guns. You don't know how both of them can play, but you only giving opportunities to one of them, but then you're going to make the other one your second stringer. So you're trying to tell me or sell me a story that he should be ready. But hold up. Let's slow this down a second. Let's slow it down. If we slow it down, this is what we get. The readiness that he should be is based on him preparing your defense for game days. Cam Newton says 9 or 10 snaps from the offense. Because a practice squad quarterback, if we slow it down, for all of you geniuses out there, if we slow it down, a practice squad quarterback is acting as the other team that we're playing on Sunday. He is mimicking their style of play and trying to give you everything that he would do to get our defense ready. You see what I'm saying? So you're telling me by him running the other team's plays that he should be ready for our team? You see how crazy that sounds when we slow it down and stop shouting at each other? So he's running Lamar Jackson's plays, and you're saying that by running Lamar Jackson's plays and becoming Lamar Jackson for the Cleveland Browns defense, you're telling me he should be ready when Dylan Gabriel gets hurt. He should be ready to step in and run our plays. And you don't give him at least 1 or 2 snaps? Nothing? That's how it works in the NFL? No. Because Cam Newton played at the highest level. He said, no, that's not how it works. He says, for the most part, the second stringer doesn't get that much snaps. So we understood that. We said, yeah, we understand that. We're not asking for equal share. We're just saying give him some snaps, some first-team snaps, so he can actually run the offensive plays, not to run another team's plays so that his offensive linemen can hear his cadence. Ready, set, hut, ready, go, blue, Idaho. One of his offensive linemen, after the first time he played, when Dylan Gabriel got hurt, he said, dang, I ain't even heard anything from him. I ain't heard his cadence. I don't even know what I was expecting. There's no chemistry. So when you keep telling us that he should have been ready, that's the stuff that we keep saying. And I'm like, why are you getting angry at us for being frustrated that he did not get no first-team reps? Why would you get angry at us? And you start going off, oh, fifth rounders, second stringers don't get nothing. Okay. But it'll behoove you that if the person that is one breath away, one injury, one little cut, one little, pull hamstring injury, anything, he's the next man up. So you don't think the organization should invest at least 5 snaps of the actual offense with the person that's next in line? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, not even that. All of it to Dylan Gabriel, and you think that's normal stuff? And they're 2 rookies? This is not like a veteran going, like Joe Flacco going to the Cincinnati Bengals and then just being able to win a few games. Not that. This is a rookie who's never played in the NFL. So you're telling me a rookie should not get at least 2 or 3 snaps? And he should be ready. As soon as you call on him, he should be ready from the fact that he was simulating somebody else's offense. And that makes sense to you. And we're the delusional ones. You're not the delusional one? How is it that you're calling us the delusional ones, but you're the one that sounds delusional for suggesting that? So when you put him in and he's flustered, he doesn't know what's happening, then you come back again and say, oh, look at him. He sucked. Well, wait a minute. If you didn't train your child on how to swim and you throw him into a pool and he starts to drown, why are you beating the child up? But say you should, why you can't swim? I mean, if common sense ain't common to in your own world, then I don't know what it is. Because you love the shouting matches. You love when we're shouting at each other, when we're throwing jabs and everybody just throwing jabs. You love that. And then in there, sense is being made by we the fans. But you're calling us delusional so much and you're so loud. You're on these big platforms. We're crazy. What GM will want to go into a situation with the crazy Shedeur fans? What GM will want to put another coach under that kind of scrutiny? What GM will hire a coach that only gives one rookie out of two opportunity, but knowing that the second rookie is sitting right there and he might get in the game? And it did happen. And never prepares them, never develops them. What GM would allow that to happen? Those are the questions y'all should be asking. Hey, man, you might want to prepare this guy that's coming up next in case Dillon Gabriel get a phantom concussion. How come nobody saw it? Where's the concussion? Show me the tape. We know what's happening. You knew it was going to be hard for Dillon Gabriel's fan base. You knew does he even have a fan base? You knew it was going to be hard for him. If you would have just yanked him and pushed your door in, you knew the whole world would have erupted. So you came up with some phantom, oh, he had a concussion, so we're going to go ahead and push the door in. Nobody knew it was coming. We was all shocked. I was texting everybody. It's like, he's in, he's in. Nobody knew. People from podcasts had to get text messages because ain't nobody watching Dillon Gabriel throwing dink and dunks. They're like, yo, wake me up when this is over. Oh, he's in, he's in, he's in. Oh, I got to watch because of my podcast. He goes out there, he's trying his best. He gets flustered. But, I mean, we the fans, we got a voice. You can see my eyeballs. You can see my face. You can see how, like, curly and nappy my hair is. You can see all of this. We're not delusional. We got our Bibles and we ready. And we know football. Come get us. Hey, y'all, I promise you, I'm not trying to ignore y'all in the chat. Please forgive me. Because I'm in my bag right now and I gotta we the fans, we gotta go. We gotta get this out. Please forgive me if I'm not like interacting with you. Craig Tenham, I see you. That's what I'm saying. Like, he should have got some snaps. That's what Craig is saying. But, you know, the more we said it, the more the people who know football, they keep shouting at us. But they don't do this weird thing. We said, why is he not getting any snaps? And then they go straight to this weird thing. Oh, how are they going to share snaps? How is a third rounder, a first string quarterback, third rounder, how is he going to get 50% of this? So slow it down, brother. Let me bless you. Like Concita says, slow it down. Let me bless you. Where did I say 50-50? I said some snaps. Where did you hear 50-50? You see what's happening? When next time you argue with your spouse or your special person or your husband or wife, next time you argue with them, y'all should do this thing. My good friend Phil says this thing. He said, hey, babe, stop real quick. Hey, what did you hear me say? What do you mean? We angry. No. I respect you. I just want to know. Do me a favor. Repeat to me what you heard. What you heard me say. What did you just hear me say? And let them stop and repeat it to you. Because we have selective listening. When we are shouting at each other, we have selective hearing and selective listening. Because what we want to do is to keep throwing as much jabs and to get you off kilter so you can say something personal and then it'll go it'll go sideways. That's what the argument really is. We're throwing jabs to win. So we're shouting. We're in these comments. We're in each room. We're going from chat room to chat room, and we're arguing. We're trying to be heard, and we're just getting louder and louder and louder. And the more we talk, the more we try to prove our points, the more we try to give you what we feel like, this righteous anger that we keep feeling, the more venomous it sounds. And then when we get frustrated, we cuss you out. There it is. There it is. Take that cuss word. That's when it gets personal, because I'm too frustrated. You're not hearing me. But your job is not to hear me. Your job is to get me roused up so much that I will cuss you out. And then, bada boom, bada bang. That's what you wanted in the first place. That's what we've been doing this entire time, we the fans. But we're not delusional, because what did we just say? Some snaps. From some snaps to, how are you going to have 50-50 shares? You brought up 50-50. I said some snaps. Cam Newton says, look, give the man like 9 snaps. The reason why those 9 snaps are important is because it gives the offensive line that's going to be with him, it gives them the opportunity to hear his cadence. Down, set, blue, blue. It gives them that opportunity. What's the timing? How we got the timing going? How does it going? It gives the wide receivers and the tight ends that are going to catch the ball from him to see how pretty his ball is. Shedeur has the prettiest ball thrown in the NFL. He does. I promise you, keep watching. Oh, and he knows how to throw a ball. Woo! It's beautiful. It gives them that opportunity, at least 9 snaps, to do that. And they'll get used to it. And look, he's so smooth that the wide receivers and the tight ends are going to start asking, hey, coach, you think we can get like 2 more snaps from Shedeur? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's really what Stefanski is afraid of, because if you give 9 snaps and he starts cooking with those 9, he'll cook in the first 3 snaps. And then when they start getting good, you know what I'm saying? Like, the worst thing you want to do is let somebody who's really dope, if you are an artist, let them open up for you. Like, you don't want to give Shedeur the first 9 snaps. Let him get the last 9 snaps. Because if you give him the first 9, he'll take over the practice. I guarantee you. But it'll get so good, the wide receivers be like, hey, hey, coach, you think we can get a few more snaps with Shedeur? They know that. They know that. I mean, he's so calm. He's so smooth. I'll give you braggadocious. I'll give you cocky. I'll give you arrogant. I'll give you that. He is. Daggone it, they are. Those dang sinners. Yeah, when it comes to this here Bible and how God told me to live this here Bible, ooh, boy, they be teetering on that line. I'll be like, come on, I'm trying to hold you up right here. Help me to help you. But if you look beyond that, if you're not so upset, right? If you look beyond the few arrogant things they say, the bravado, if you look beyond that, there's a game in a human being there, like really good human being, like, you know, like hey, white people, come to the front of the line real quick. Let me tell you something. Let me holler at you. You know how you say when you're arguing with your political friends and you keep saying, boy, black daddy's like the one kill shot that y'all got. White people, come to the front of the line. I think there's 2 of y'all here. I can see your name. Come to the front of the line. You know how the kill shot y'all got when you're in political conversations with Candace Owenses and the Officer Tatums. You know that thing you're saying? Well, black daddies are not home. Ah! Woo! Boy, that's a kill shot. Woo! Woo! What? You know, if you ever want to win like a political argument with a black person, just say black daddies are not home. Oh, you can see the arrow. Oh, bruh. You know how y'all say that? His daddy is home. Yo, Shedeur's daddy was home, and he's still home. And he taught him a lot of good stuff. I mean, he is a good young man. If you can look past the fact that he just got a swagger, if you can just get past that part, you will see a beautiful soul that was trained to the core with Christian values. Oh, it's there. It's there. A lot of it got to come out. God's been trying to get his attention, I promise you. God's been trying to say, hey, man, draw some of that back, the glory. You give me the glory, you throw it out there, but then you take some back. I can't share my glory with you. So God's trying to work on that. But isn't God working on all of us? Any of us perfect? Raise your hand if you're perfect out here. Raise your hand. Ain't none of us perfect. So God's working on him. But don't mix that stuff that he got to get right. Don't mix that up with, oh, he sucks. And then you're trying to take the bravado and turn it into he don't know how to play the game. You're doing too much. We the fans, we've been trying to tell you that you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. And you're the delusional one thinking, what is his name? Coach JB. You're the delusional one saying that Shedeur's no good. What's his name? Colin, the herd. You're the delusional one saying he's no good. Because every time Shedeur plays, he breaks a record. Or he's the better quarterback in that week. Talk about rookie of the week. Shedeur. The proof is always in that pudding your American people like to eat. I don't think Africans eat pudding too much. I don't remember no pudding in Africa. I promise you. I never had pudding until I came to Africa. So until I came to America. Saying y'all keep saying, oh, the proof is in the pudding. Maybe for us, maybe the proof is in the goat meat. For some. When we're talking, we're not the delusional ones. We keep telling you that Kevin Stefanski is sabotaging Shedeur's career. The reason why we're saying that now, let me just say this slowly. The reason why we're saying that, is because, let's say he may not be doing it on purpose. Like he may not be doing it, intentionally. But the things in his actions, because I think I said, I feel like Stefanski is on the spectrum. Autism, something. It's weird. Right? I feel like dude is on some autism, like the spectrum. He's got to be on the spectrum. Something's got to be there because this is not normal. Either he's being told to do something and he has the internal battle with his morals, his values as a coach, is battling what he's being told by the organization and the Haslam, and he's having an internal battle. And there's certain things he can't say. And I feel bad maybe now by just thinking about that. I feel like if that's what's going on, he can't really say what's going on. This is not what he wants, but he's being forced to do it. If that's the case, then I feel for the guy because he looks and feels like a saboteur. Because you don't put the ball in the tight end's hands to snap when the quarterback can do that. 4th and 1 on your 38, punt the freaking ball for God's sake, punt it away or give it to your quarterback. He can do this. Shedeur knows how to run the ball for 2 yards. He can elude people and run across that line. Shedeur he can play football. So when we keep telling you that it feels saboteur-ish, it's because we're looking at it and we're seeing it. We're not crazy, people. We're not. The Shedeur's fans are not crazy. We're just reacting to what we're seeing happening. It's not normal. Not in the NFL. Don't tell me. You cannot convince me that that's normal behavior that the Cleveland Browns are putting on. And Shedeur is not allowed to tell you that. We're going to tell you that, but Shedeur is not allowed to say it. He's protecting his brand. He's protecting his career. He's going to play. He's going to play the lines. Say yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. To fight for his next opportunity. That is what he is supposed to do. So stop asking him the stupid questions like, oh, why do you think he went for it on 4th down? Like, what do you think he about to say? That was a genius call. It was so genius, we would have scored a touchdown if it worked out. Coach made a great call. We just didn't execute. Are you stupid or something? You think he about to throw the coach under the bus? The same one that we feel like is sabotaging him? Are you stupid or something? You want him to answer that question? How you want him to answer that question? Tell me how you want him to answer that question. Hey, Shedeur, a lot of your fans have been saying that Kevin Stefanski is trying to sabotage your career. What do you think? What are you, stupid or something? Are you stupid? Are you downright stupid or something? You gotta be some stupid. Like, come on now. Let's have some sense. We're growing around here. What is this, kindergarten? We can tell you that, but he cannot. He's not allowed to say that stuff. So cut it out, man. Before I smack y'all with this. We the fans, we can say whatever we want. We can say whatever we want if we feel the frustration of the organization choking the young man who is just trying his best just to get playing time. Cleveland Browns, if you would have spent the entire summer preparing both players, Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel, give them both opportunities. What did you just hear me say? Give them both opportunities. Give more to Dillon Gabriel. That's fine because he's a 3rd rounder. I don't care. But give them both opportunities. Cleveland Browns, you would have had a lot of W's because eventually you would have, if you had a competition, Shedeur would have won the competition. All of your media people saw it. They were writing about it. And then all of a sudden, you shut it down. All the media people was like, yeah, Shedeur looks like the quarterback. Dillon Gabriel doesn't. Shedeur looks like the one. Dillon Gabriel doesn't. And then guess what you did? And we saw it live. You went and gave Dillon Gabriel the first team and the last game, and then you put Shedeur in and took away the first team and put in the people that actually clean the toilet, the janitors. You put all of them in. You hit them under the helmets. We can see them. We was like, isn't that Mary Kay on the offensive line? That's Mary Kay. You was hiding all the reporters. You put uniform on them and send them out there and say, "Hey, go try to block for Shedeur." And then you sabotaged them, and you came to the conclusion, and everybody started writing, "Oh, Dillon Gabriel's the man. Dillon Gabriel. Oh my gosh, it's not even close." I said, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where? What did we just see?" And we the fans, we blew up. And y'all said we delusional. But then something happened. Guess what had to happen? The real game had to happen. Dillon Gabriel, phantom injury had to happen. It happened. Now Shedeur is on TV. So it ain't much you can do now. It's on live TV. We can all see it. And we're seeing you sabotaging him. You're calling all run plays. On 4th and 1, you're not giving him the ball. You're doing all dumb stuff. You're letting him throw the ball in the end zone. You know Shedeur holds the ball too long, right, coach? You should know that about him. Wait a minute. This guy likes to hold the ball too long. He's one of my rookies, so I'm not going to put him in a situation to lose. I'm not giving the ball to Shedeur in the end zone because I know he holds the ball too dang long. So I'm going to actually help the young man by giving him some breathing room. Let's run the ball because we know we can run the ball. We've been doing it the entire first half. We did that. So let's run the ball out of the end zone, get on the 20-yard line or the 25-yard line, and let's let Shedeur lose. That's how you're supposed to do it. But you didn't do that. You had him throwing the ball in the end zone, and he had to hold the ball so long. I'm over here about to say, oh my God, they're sabotaging him. They know that he's going to get a safety. Oh my gosh, and it almost happened. He held the ball way too long, and he almost got a safety. I was like, oh my gosh, this is direct sabotage. I can see this. Why would you give Shedeur the ball to be throwing in the end zone? You emailed the call in. I'm so sorry. I got you right now. If you're still here, that's OG Powers. Give me a second. I got you right now. We the fans, we're not crazy and we're not delusional. But we do have eyes and ears, and we're smart enough to understand that when somebody's doing something nefarious, that's one of your American words or English words. When somebody's doing something that is not right, that's foul, I mean, we can see it. We know football enough to know that that's not normal. Like, why are you doing that? If you know that this quarterback is a throwing quarterback, he's a throw first quarterback, then use his skill set. Design the playbook for his skill set. That's what you're supposed to do. I mean, that's what most people would do. They would say, "Oh, look, let me find out." When you are in OC, you find out the skill set of the person, and you tailor the playbook around the person based on their skill set. So I don't understand how is it that we're doing it backwards for Shedeur. We're handing the ball off. We're doing 5 yards in here. When me and my wife walk, because I have soccer thighs, right? My thighs are like a Saquon Barkley thighs. So when I walk, I'm walking like I can walk fast. She's like, "Come on, what are you doing? You're walking too fast." So I gotta like slow down. Shedeur throwing 4 or 5 yards like Dylan Gabriel, who is short and his arms can only reach but like right in front of him. That's perfect for him because to him 5 yards is like throwing 25 yards because he's so short. But for Shedeur, it's like me with my thighs walking. I take one step, I'm already down the street. My wife she's behind me 10 steps. And I'm like, well, where you? I turn around. She's like, come on now, you know, I can't walk like your psycho thighs. You throwing 5 yards for Shedeur. It's like because he's a big, tall quarterback, 5 yards is like, he's like, I can reach 5 yards. Why don't I just reach my hand and just hand him the ball? For Dylan Gabriel, that's 25 yards. What are we doing? Powers, what up with you, man? Thank you for calling in. This is TLP Sports Club. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good, brother. How you doing? Good, sir.
Good, man. Do me a favor and turn off your video. Let's just do audio because that's not. I can't. Yeah, thank you. Woo, boy, you got
Yeah, I'm just your good old fashioned neighborhood truck driver.
Yeah, but I don't want to see that road. That road makes me nervous.
Yeah, I got you, good sir.
Woo! Lord have mercy. Hey, man, first time calling in?
First time calling in. I actually, it's funny because I actually found your content through what is it? The Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and your content started popping up, and so I was just like, well, I'm a new subscriber here. Let me let me subscribe, and yeah, I like your content. So
salute to you, man. What do I call you?
Max Powers.
Max Power. All right, Max. So welcome to the show. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate the subscribe. Give me a hot take, and then we can have a conversation. Give me a hot take. You've heard what I've said. You've heard what I had to say. Give me a hot take. Go ahead.
I don't believe Kevin Stefanski is sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. I believe Kevin Stefanski is sabotaging himself. One, well,
Aren't those two
Dylan
things the same?
Gabriel. Yeah.
Aren't those two things the same? If he sabotages himself, the door is like it's a.
Well,
Woo,
Dylan Gabriel was his guy,
collateral
right?
damage over here.
Yeah. See, Dylan Gabriel, that was his guy. Now, the reason why I have to criticize Dylan Gabriel the way I do is because they have treated him like he was a first round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
So all throughout rookie OTAs, he has gotten what? First team reps. All throughout training camp, first team reps. He actually Dylan Gabriel has had more first team reps with he actually has had more first team reps than anybody, more than Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett. We already know what Shedeur Sanders' first team reps came through. The Ravens game. But so Kevin
He's only had
Stefanski,
6 days. 6 days of because they only do 3 days, right? They don't do all 5 days, right?
they only do 2 days, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
it's only 2
They
days.
yeah, it's only 2 days. You got
When do they do walkthroughs?
walkthroughs is you'll probably do walkthroughs the day of before traveling if you have to travel. Sometimes you could get away through walkthroughs probably Friday or Saturday.
So
It
I was giving
depends
them
on
more.
if there's a
I
home.
was thinking it was 3 days.
Well, they also got to do film because remember when they beat the Raiders, he was just like, "All right, guys, I see you Wednesday," and the guys are cheering. But
Yeah.
So like 2 of those is pretty much like you're right, 2 to 3 days is pretty much practice / walkthroughs. It's just
For the people
you
in the
kind
back
of
room, let's give them 3 days. All right. I know
3 days.
it's not 5 days. Let's just give 3 days. So if we just add up the 2 different practices, the 2 starts, let's just say 6 days of practice.
Remember, it's only 5 days because remember they won against the Raiders, so 5 days. He only has 5 days with the first team. And let's just be honest, since the Baltimore game, the Raiders until the 49ers, I actually have seen progression.
Well, yeah.
And so that's more than I could say about Dylan Gabriel is that he has regressed. Now, let's not just hear me out quick.
I'm
I'm
gonna hear
not
you
an
out. I'm not gonna
anti
go
Dylan
ahead.
Gabriel guy, but I have to criticize him as a first rounder when you treated him like a first rounder. And honestly, it's a fireball offense to take Dylan Gabriel at the 3rd round where we could have used an offensive tackle, considering the fact that we have on our starting offensive line, we have no one on contract outside of what? Dwan Jones. Is it Dwan Jones? But can he stay healthy enough to play a whole entire season?
Wait, it's a fireable offense to draft the way they're drafted? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's a fireable offense to take Dylan Gabriel as in the top 100 3rd round pick when we need an offensive line. We need we don't have good depth on our offensive line. And so we needed an offensive, probably an offensive tackle. Hell, I would have taken a rotating guard.
So you're saying he should have won which round?
Dylan Gabriel, I could see them if they would have taken Dylan Gabriel at the 5th round. Now, it's like this. If they would have taken Shedeur Sanders at round 4, round 3, round 2, round 1, I would have been satisfied with it.
So well, I mean, you already know how I feel. We're not gonna waste no time on that. Because Shedeur was the better quarterback in the draft. Like I said,
have him as the number 1 overall quarterback in the draft.
Yeah. And they didn't know that this was going to happen, so they chose Cleveland to play. They chose Cleveland because they thought that they were going to have the opportunity to play because they're walking into a situation where there is no QB1, and that seemed at the time to be the best decision to make without knowing that there was going to be this secret thing going on, you know. But you're saying that they're not. He didn't explain more because I think I cut you off. Tell me more about why you think he's not He's sabotaging himself and not Shedeur. Finish that thoughts.
Well, Dylan Gabriel's his guy. He had to put his reputation on the line for Dylan Gabriel, correct?
Who did?
Kevin Stefanski.
Well, the word on the street is he did. It wasn't him.
No. Eric Berry chose Shedeur Sanders. You can obviously see the relationship that they have.
Right.
And Kevin I was about to say Kevin Samuels. Kevin Stefanski, he chose Dylan Gabriel. Now, the thing is, it's like what.
So then, how did he put his reputation on the line?
Well, like you don't get how he put his reputation. He overpicked for Dylan Gabriel.
Are you saying he put his reputation on the line for Gabriel or for Sanders?
Yes, no, for Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you said for Sanders. I was like,
because
no.
Remember, his estimated draft selection was between a 5th to 7th round pick.
Right.
Now, there's some scouts that had him up to as a 4th round pick, but they was being graceful, and there was only like 2 out of hundreds of scouts.
Right.
And so he put his reputation on the line, and Kevin Stefanski, he should have lost his job before the bye week, right? Mm-hmm. What he did in order to save his own skin, he's like this, I'm going to give up play calling. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show them. I'm going to give up play calling. Now, you're an offensive guru. You're supposed to be the offensive guru. You're supposed to be this great offensive wizard. 2 years in a row, you give up your play calling.
So are you a true Cleveland fan? You've been going through the ups and downs for years?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. This is a fair question that a lot of us that the BWBs, the bandwagon Browns, we want to know. Are y'all tanking on purpose?
No, this is not it's not a purpose tank. It's you ever heard the saying, the chicken come home to roost?
I heard it.
Yeah, this is what happened with the Deshaun Watson trade. You got like 2 more years left of this. And that's the reason why they talking about, drafting the quarterback in 26. And I'm like, dude, you have no offensive line on contract next season. You have $18 million in cap space for next season. $18 million. So next year, it's going to be the same thing. A bunch of rookies.
So hold up. If y'all not tanking on purpose, then what are y'all doing?
Let me see. It was 3 years. They didn't have a 1st round draft pick, right? Deshaun Watson contract is so enormous is that they can't really re-sign some of the players they need to. Like David Njoku, he's not getting re-signed because they ain't gonna have the money. They gotta get two tackles.
That tight end?
Yes, David Njoku. Yeah, tight end.
So, you think he's gone?
Yeah, because they don't have the money.
Oh man, that sucks. Because if Shedeur stays, I would like him to stay. He's one of the ones that I want to stay because I think he has potential.
He's going to stay because of the fact that the money that they cannot sign. They really cannot go after no big players next year in the free agent.
But they don't need to.
If they want to. They actually do need to. They got to do something about our wide receivers. Apparently,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, look, listen to this. This is coming from the Shedeur fan base because I'm the voice guy for the Shedeur fan base. You're the Cleveland guy, right?
No, I'm a fan of. Shedeur Sanders went to my alma mater, JSU.
Oh, okay, so
Shedeur
does not need superstars. He just need workers.
No, he's going to need an offensive line, and he needs wide receivers that actually finish their routes.
For wide receivers, he need wide receivers that are workers. He doesn't need superstars. So y'all don't need a bunch of money. Y'all just need to be able to be very strategic on how you spend the money by finding workers who are hungry to catch that ball. But you don't need to have superstar money. You just need
it's not that. See, you gotta, but like when our offensive line is the youngest on our starting offensive line is 31, 32 years old. So you got to go young with the offensive line. You might probably keep.
lay down the offensive line real quick. Let's talk about your WR room. Let's talk about your wide receiver room.
Okay.
Let's leave the offensive line for 1 second. Let's talk about the wide receivers. You need to get rid of that Judy guy. He got to go.
I actually agree with
lazy.
you. I agree with you 100%. But Judy's contract is so big, and he has played so bad this season. Hell, he leads the NFL in drops. Well, my bad. He's tied for the lead in the NFL in drops.
Hey, y'all need to investigate that guy. I think he's being paid by somebody to do that. Ain't no way.
That's one hell of an accusation. It's
ain't no way. Ain't no way. An elite. How did he earn that contract? Let's walk this through real quick. How did he get that contract?
I think it was because he led the team in receiving, which was like 1,300 yards one season.
Okay.
Take
that and place that on the guy that we're looking at today. And for us BWBs, us bandwagon Browns, to be looking at some dude who got a fat contract, 1,300 yards, to be playing like that. Somebody paid that guy some money to do that. There ain't no way he's playing like that, and he's supposed to be elite.
Well, it's like I said before, man. I never. Now, one thing you never heard me say, I never said he was elite. I said he led with 1,300 yards, but like I said before,
what is elite? Is it like, 1,300 yards?
No, see, he's supposed to be an elite. He's supposed to be a wide receiver one. So he's supposed to be the number one guy you're supposed to target. Right. But if the number one guy you're supposed to target drops balls and you catch him multiple times, not completing his routes, yeah.
And what you know Shedeur, because he went to your alma mater. You know what Shedeur is. He's about trust. If Shedeur knows he can't trust you, he ain't passing you that ball no more. I don't care how much you yell at him on the sideline.
No, it's more. It's like when he said trust, he was basically talking about repetition. Like they don't have that type of.
Shedeur is what we know. Us Shedeur fans, Shedeur says it himself. He is about trust. He has to trust his wide receivers. If he don't trust you, you're not getting the ball.
No, like I just said, is basically repetition is what he's talking about.
That's
and
not what Shedeur talking about.
It's the same thing. Well, it's basically like I believe he used the wrong choice of words, but you can say trust, but it's repetition.
I'm not talking about the Cleveland Browns interviews. I'm talking about we're going back to all the way to Jackson. What's the name? Jackson State. We're going back to Trinity. Yeah. We're going back. Shedeur, he's about trust. Shedeur has to trust you as a receiver. If he does not trust you as a receiver, he's going to hesitate.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's about repetition. But because they don't have that.
He's looking at you like, bro, how many times you going to drop this ball? He been getting at Travis Hunter. And like, yo, you got to catch that ball. If I throw you the ball, you got to catch it. But he don't know these young dudes. He don't know these young receivers or these receivers that are out here. And he's fighting for his life, so he can't talk like he talked to Travis Hunter. But he looking like, yo, why you drop that ball?
So if you look at that, if you watch the game, right?
Absolutely.
On Sunday. You remember the part where he overthrew Judy, right?
Yes, I
Now
remember
he
that.
threw it. He threw it straight for. He kind of threw it straight. Judy was doing an actual, corner, but how Shedeur threw it. He kind of threw it like it was a streak between a streak in the corner and all that.
Hmm.
The reason why he overthrew that is because of the fact that he has you could say memory with Travis Hunter. That's how he likes his corners to be thrown. And so he kind of got, he kind of basically messed up like, oh shucks, I'm throwing to Judy. So he actually wants to do it in the actual corner. But it's just like I said before, it's just repetition. It comes with reps, and also I think that ball got carried a little bit by the wind also. So
I mean, I get that pass. That pass, that one, I'll give Judy a pass on that. That one was a little bit. He stretched it a little bit because when Shedeur has receivers that read his mind and they both are in sync, he like, hey yo, just keep going. I'm gonna put it there, and I'm gonna put the ball in stride. So all you gotta do is just stretch your hand out. You catch it, you're in the end zone. So, but they don't have that thing yet, right? And then also on
mhm.
that same play, I feel like Shedeur should have let him. Shedeur did not want to give him the ball in because he understands that Judy is that type of guy where the ball has to be perfect or he's going to drop it. That's what we've already learned. But if Shedeur would have trusted him, he would have actually threw the ball in while he was running, and then he could have busted out. But he knows that Judy is he's a butterfinger, so he didn't want
Now
to chance. He didn't want to
it
chance it to where he throws it inside, and then it bounced off of him, and that's an interception because we don't
now I
trust
think
this dude. He's some grass.
I think I was watching film. Now on that play, if I remember correctly, Shedeur he actually hesitated.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of something he did the
He
whole
did. I agree with
entire
you. I
he,
agree.
he did the whole entire 49ers game. In my opinion, I think it's all because of the wind because it was 45 miles per hour gust wind. So I
What I will,
I give him
I'll push
that.
back. I'll
But
push back on the hesitation on Judy. I believe the win was a factor, but I think the hesitation on Judy on throwing the ball inside while he was running to try to get on the outside, he waited until he got in front because he feel like this is just my opinion. If you throw that ball to that dude and you don't trust him yet, right, to be able to catch the ball in that kind of position, he's not a Travis Hunter where he's a sticky finger. He's not an Art Monk where he sticky finger, he can catch it in any situation. That dude can act like a diva, and that ball can bounce off of him, and that's an interception, pick six. Shadeur's not doing that no more. He's like, no way. I'm trying to live out here. I need to secure my job. I'm not trusting these dudes. These dudes are some divas. This ball has to be perfect and out of harm's way. So I'm going to wait till he gets away from this defender, and then I'm going to throw it ahead of him. And if he's good
yeah,
enough, he might go catch it. But if he's not, it's not going to cost me nothing. I think that was the decision. And I saw that. I was like, why did he just hesitate right there? And then I saw who he was throwing to. And I said, oh, of course. I know exactly why he hesitated. Because this dude's some grass. This dude, he's not going to put himself in harm's way for these dudes no more because he's fighting for his life. His leash is win or you out. You keep throwing interceptions and you getting sacks, you out. So he know Shedeur was hesitating because these dudes are grass, straight up grass.
no, it's just the reason why. No, it's the reason why Shedeur Sanders hesitating. He's a rookie. It's not like
That's
so.
we both have
As a
we
person,
have
as a
two separate
person who
opinions
played
on that.
professional ball, right?
We have two
I'm gonna
separate
tell you.
opinions on that. I don't think it's because he's a rookie.
I'm gonna tell you like this: as a person who played
Go
professional
ahead.
ball and who played college football,
Mm-hmm.
it is, in my opinion, is damn near in two different speeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was playing college football, everything was kind of slow, and then whenever the first preseason game I played, everything was like pow, it was quick. And see, as a defensive tackle, it it takes a long time for the game to really slow down to a point to where I'm like, okay, I get it. Now for a quarterback, it takes even longer. Now, what happened with Shedeur Sanders when it came to the Ravens game is that he got I call it baptism by fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically he threw them. He got thrown in. He wasn't part of the game plan, and honestly, it's a different game plan compared to what Dylan Gabriel's a left-handed quarterback who liked to do a lot of dink and dunk on the first read. Shedeur Sanders is a right-handed quarterback who likes to stretch the field, but he's also, which is called a pocket quarterback, and he's also good throwing outside the pocket. Two
Okay.
completely different quarterbacks, and so excuse me, yeah, two completely different quarterbacks, and so the game, which you're starting to see now, and that's the reason why I say he's progressing good, and he's, if in my opinion, I think he should get better and better week after week after week, because in
I
my
got
opinion,
pushback.
the game is slowing down.
I
Yeah.
got pushback. The reason why I got pushback because I think Shedeur is so mature and he's so poised that I got to push back on that for those reasons, right? I don't think the game is that fast for Shedeur. I think he's having an
What you're
issue
talking about,
with.
he even said it himself.
No,
He
no,
even
no.
said that himself.
But,
That
but
was
let
his
me.
words.
He said the game is too fast for me. I don't remember him hearing say
No,
that.
no, he said the game was fast when I got out there. He literally the words he said right after the game, and I expect that
Oh
for
no, but
him
he
to
he
say
knows.
that.
But yes, he's gonna experience that. But I'm trying to tell you that what we're looking at is not just a product of the game being fast. I I'm I'm pushing back because I know Shedeur. I'm pushing back because I'm like Shedeur is not comfortable. Shedeur is in a no-win situation. He's in a situation where his dad already told him, "Hey son, if you want to survive, don't be afraid of the checkdowns." Shedeur, you saw the first couple of games Shedeur came in, he tried to do too much. So when Coach Prime starts hollering at him like, look, man, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're risking a lot. You're putting too much on the line. We know that you can do
Well,
what that take what the defense is giving you more. This is not your team. So Shedeur is taking his time, and now he's in a situation where he's trying to manage his career by not doing too much, and that's causing him to be like he's in a no-win situation. So Stefanski will pull him if he keeps making mistakes. He's in a no-win situation.
hold on. See, you thinking it's because he doesn't look like he has the numbers right now that he had in college. You're making it think like he's doing bad. He's actually doing great, because
I
my
didn't say he was
opinion
doing bad.
is,
I,
yeah,
my
he's
pushback
doing
is
great week after.
hold up. I'm pushing back on the notion that the game is too fast and he's got so much to learn, and that's why his numbers are not. I'm pushing
No,
back
it
on the
is
notion that the game is too fast for him.
all right. Do you know why he threw a pick on that Ravens game?
Yes, I know why he threw the pick.
Why? What's going? Yeah, why?
Because the defender was sitting on there and he didn't realize that defender was sitting. So
So they did what they did during the Baltimore's game, right? What
mm-hmm,
they were doing blitzes that is, say if we had like from easy to difficult mode, they
mm-hmm.
were doing blitzes that was easy to. I mean, sorry, they were doing blitzes that was damn near impossibly
Don't say
hard
don't say the D
blitzes.
word. We don't cuss on this channel.
My bad. That was they were extremely hard blitzes
Mm-hmm,
especially as a rookie quarterback to come in, and they also trapped on the nickel I think he was in palms too, which was crazy. Trapped him in palms,
mm-hmm.
and so it was the fact that he actually has seen that in the Baylor's game.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen that exact play during the Baylor. The problem is that because of the game is going fast and he's not custom in being into the NFL, sometimes things like that, mistakes like that is going to happen because of the fact that it's just you can start seeing and over. I guarantee you next week when he plays against the Tennessee Titans, he's going to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, because they suck. So, but Shedeur,
Well, not only that is because the game is completely slowing down to a point to where he has already gone against at least two good offensive defensive coordinators, one in the 49ers and one in with the Ravens. So he
so
should be he gonna be good.
right. So listen. I'm gonna give you 50%, right? Because you can't argue about the rookie doing rookie mistakes, and he still has to get used to reading defenses. He should have known that nickel was trapping him. He should have known that. If you read the defense and you see how he's standing and how he was moving, he was baiting you just like Travis Hunter baited that dude in TCU, right? You saw that. If you know that, okay, he's wait, what is he doing? He's baiting you. And then as soon as you throw it, he's gonna jump right in front of it. He should be able to see that coming and don't throw that ball. But guess what? What Shantae is saying, and Shantae knows Shedeur like I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shedeur don't trust them fools. He don't trust them.
No, he should. Like I said, is like when I was saying earlier about trust is all about repetition and keep working with the person, bro. But
That's gonna come.
if you don't if you're not gonna throw to a player because you don't trust them, and as a former professional, I'm gonna have to be like, hey man, hey, is either you're gonna have to make the play or let Dylan Gabriel do it. And
but that's what I'm saying. I'll give you 50%, but I'm still pushing back because what I'm feeling is that, hey, look, when Omarion Miller came into the game, he wasn't playing, right? If we think about what happened at Colorado, Omarion Miller was a no-namer until Shedeur threw him a pass and he refused to let it fall on the ground. And then all of a sudden we was like, wait a minute, who's this number 4? You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna have that. You obviously trust builds over time, but you know a baller when you see one, right? And you come into the NFL and they say, oh, you see this Judy dude? He's supposed to be he's a 1,300-yard dude, so that's a key one. But then you throw him the ball and he's butterfingers. You tend to think like, dude is some grass. I'm not messing with this dude. He ain't about to ruin my career. I don't care if he had 14,000 yards in one season. I ain't throwing him the ball because he's some grass. So I'm not doing that. So
the reason why you're gonna throw Jerry Judy,
but he don't trust these dudes. I wouldn't trust these dudes as far as I can throw them either.
The reason why you throw Jerry Judy the ball is it's like what any coach will tell you. There's a reason why we pay him $16 million a year.
But he ain't about to ruin my career. I don't care how much you pay him. Take that money back.
Yeah, how would he so there's a difference between when you watch the game then you watch 22 film, right? I watch both, right? And so when it comes to you watch the game on TV and when it comes to film, let's just say Shedeur Sanders keeps throwing him the ball and he's just like, you know what? Since you're making 60 million a year, I'm just gonna keep feeding you. I'm gonna force feed you, I'm gonna feed you. It is up to Jerry Judy to catch the ball. It is up to him. Now, if you gave Jerry Judy 12 targets and he only caught 3 out of those 12 targets, that is the quickest way to get not only benched, possibility cut off the team. So
let me give you this perspective. Shedeur is fighting for his career. People are waiting. He's not?
No, he's not.
Oh, well, let me give it to you anyway. Let me give you the perspective anyway, because we believe 2 different things. Shedeur is on a very short leash. You saw that with Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel, what you're explaining, Dylan Gabriel could do. Shedeur can't afford to do because he's being judged on how many times the ball drops. He's being judged on how
By
many
who?
innings by everyone. Let me tell. Let me.
Okay,
Let me.
everyone does not make the decisions in the building. So
Okay, but what
by
happens?
who?
Everybody doesn't make the decision that's in the building.
You,
So
you
let me
got you got to you got to you got to narrow it down. What you talking
let
about?
me
The
let me
head
narrow it
coach?
down for you. Let's take it back to preseason. The preseason game that Shedeur played in, I believe it was against Carolina. Shedeur
Yeah,
came out as a
absolutely
start.
wonderful
Okay, Shedeur came out as a start. The second time was the last time,
with the
I think, was
Rams.
against the Rams. He didn't do as good. What did the press write? What did the press? What did all of the talking heads say? Do you remember?
Not really. If I
I'll
don't,
remind you.
it's
I'll
remind
tell you
me.
because I'm a media guy. I'll tell you. Dylan Gabriel is QB number one, and it's not even close. Dylan Gabriel won the job hands down. I'm trying to let you know there is politics and what's going on. This what happens off the field and how the media sets it up because this is how they want it to go. So we forgot about the fact that Shedeur Sanders torched with Carolina. The only thing we remember was how poorly he played with the second stringers
No, he played with the
against,
third
well,
stringer on the Rams.
even worse, against the Rams. But remember that Dylan Gabriel had the first teamers, right?
No,
So
he had the second team. He had the second team.
Dylan Gabriel didn't have the first teamers.
No, he had the second team. Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel had the second teamers. He
Yeah.
did fairly well. Shedeur had the third stringers who are probably, trying to fight for some type of job on somebody's practice squad somewhere.
No,
I can't.
none
What'd
of
you say?
those guys, offensive line, none of the guys on the offensive line are no longer in the NFL. So basically, he was with
Well, I can't say
other
that because
truck
once again, I
drivers
like
and
data. I
electricians.
didn't do the research. So I can't say
No, that is
none of them.
actually that is actually true. That is the actual truth. None of
Okay.
them are in the NFL no more. That whole offensive line, after that preseason game with that off, like if you watch the 22 film, I don't blame that Rams. About 5 of the plays, which 4 of them results into sacks. I do not blame Shedeur Sanders on that Rams game
But do
because
you
I have.
understand the narrative
Mhm.
that came out that caused Shedeur to go into oblivion? Do you understand how that narrative works against Shedeur?
And so who you? All right. There's a. I understand the media. The media is going to make a narrative because at the end of the day, the media has to sell products. They have to sell. They have to sell something. So they're going to get more. They're going to get more clicks, more reactions
Who do the beat
of
writers
making.
work for?
You said who the beat writers work for?
Yeah.
Like what? Are you talking like what? Mary Kay,
Yeah, yeah,
Cabot,
yeah,
and all
yeah. Those
that.
beat writers, yeah.
Well, some of them beat writers work for ESPN Cleveland, 90, 90, what is it, 92, 92.3 The Fan.
And who
And,
are they in cahoots with?
well, they do a lot of work with the Cleveland Browns
Thank you.
organization,
All right.
but they don't,
So they are the mouthpiece. They are like us. We're the mouthpiece for Shedeur. The beat writers are the mouthpiece and the narrative builders for the organization. You agree?
not really, because,
That's how it works.
no, well, see,
They Miss
how it,
Mary's
remember
gonna
how the
sneak you something
narrative.
like, yo, I need you to do this. That's how it works.
Well, you see how the narrative has switched from Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel is light years away to Shedeur Sanders possibility the quarterback of the future.
Those are not the beat writers saying that.
No, it is the beat
are the
writers.
outside. Those are the affiliate outside people that's saying that. They've been saying that the entire time. We got that the entire preseason. We're talking about the beat writers, the ones that are actually the insiders that get inside information, because somebody has to give them something to say. The very first time we learned about Mary Kay, Dylan Gabriel was a supercomputer. Shedeur Sanders was light years away. Where'd she get that from? Come on, man. Where'd she get that from? Who told her to say that?
Well, that supercomputer had Windows 98, baby.
96, actually. You're giving him too much credit.
Had that the original Macintosh, baby.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Where'd she get that from? Where you think she got that from?
So the reason why I said a lot of things have changed is it's like this.
You're a Cleveland fan. That's why
Kevin
you're trying to be neutral.
Kevin Stefanski, if you think Kevin Stefanski is in control at this time, you got another thing mistaken.
Then you're real delusional, right?
Because Eric Berry is the one that's in control. He's like, listen here, man. We have seen all what we have seen with Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur is the starter for the rest of the season.
So do you think that was a phantom concussion?
Well, no, he probably had a concussion. I seen that one. That? I seen the hit that I think that he got the concussion on. I was just like, oh, okay, he ain't gonna get down. He gonna get hurt. I even said he gonna get hurt. If
wasn't it that quarterback sneak?
It was the I think he scrambled outside of the pocket.
It was that
got
quarterback
tackled by like 5 dudes.
It was that quarterback sneak, and I saw it, but that was not a concussion though. That hit was not a concussion hit.
And then why did you see how hard his head hit the? You see how hard his head hit that grass? You don't think that's concussion? And with 2 dudes on top of it?
They got helmets on.
Brother, shucks. If you ever
got
Coach
CJ, I'll give you a concussion. You and Coach CJ, I will give y'all. He had a concussion. I'm going to concede that argument. Let me not push that. Even though behind the scenes, I believe what I believe, but privately, publicly, I'll give y'all your concussion for the sake of argument.
What, you thought he just quit? You thought he just quit? The man getting paid a couple of $1 million a year. You thought he just quit? No,
because remember, I like to build narratives. I'm a storyteller, so I like to tell you the story from beginning, middle, and end. Because if you yank Dylan Gabriel, it doesn't go over. You're not going to be able to go to the press conference, because if you get Dylan Gabriel up out of there and just put Shedeur in, then your whole thing that you've been building about the supercomputer, all of that is now being shattered. And you're telling me that Dylan Gabriel is not, you know what I'm saying, he's not doing what you trusted all of us, you brought all of us along with this supercomputer. And then when it started to glitch, then you pull him. So now where do we go from here? Because now you can't just push Shedeur in and take him out and go back to Dylan Gabriel. That's a whole narrative that's being built. So you got to sell it somehow. He's concussed. So let's go with concussed, because we can't tell everybody that supercomputer is a DOS, and now we got to use a Ethernet Cat 6 cable. Your audio's breaking up. He's too wetto. Go ahead. Your audio's breaking up. Oh man, it's after 9 o'clock. See, that's what I'm saying, man. When we get to talking, I look up and the time is already gone. Are you still there, Max? All right, Max audio went. You might have to log on and just click back on the button. Yeah, log off and then click back on the button. So man, okay, I'll get if I give y'all concussion, y'all can take concussion. I get it. He got concussed. But at the end of the day, y'all narrative that y'all built, that y'all was trying to build and sell us. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing was about to come to a head. And you can't just take out Dylan Gabriel. The supercomputer can't. You can't just unplug this supercomputer. That doesn't make sense. Because if you remember the NASA movie, the supercomputer is supposed to be able to calculate at warp speed. And you remember those black ladies? They came back and they beat the supercomputer. It seemed like black people are always beating these supercomputers. Yeah, I'm gonna be racist. Nah, but we knew who the best quarterback was. He's been the best quarterback in the entire draft. So you're not selling me nothing. You're not gonna get anything past me. The media ain't gonna get past me because I'm a media guy. You're not gonna get past me with no football talk because I watch too much football and I know too much about it. Now I may not be able to tell you which schemes they're running. What is you know what I'm saying? Is a 3 technique and is a 4 technique, and this guy's supposed to cross and this guy's supposed to sit. You see that guy right there? That's I may not know all of that, but I know some football. Y'all ain't gonna get nothing past me. Let's bring Max Powers back so we can end this show. Hey, yo, Max, welcome back. Your audio good?
My bad. The white T man was holding back my signal, brother. That apartheid.
It was a Hawaiian. It was Dylan's short line. The line was short.
I see. The thing that ticks me off about they keep talking about Dylan Gabriel's 5'10", 5'11". I mean, 5'10", 5'11". I'm like, yo, I seen this man before the draft. Before the draft, I seen this man. God, what game was that? I think it was Ohio State versus Oregon, and I'm like, yo, this man is 5'9". I was on the sidelines with my cousin. This man's 5'9". He is not no 5'11". I know what 5'9" looks like, brother. And so now,
hey, they've been a mistake. They've been a mistake to put out some kids. They had some kids in uniform, and they had Dylan Gabriel shaking their hands on the sideline.
Oh,
that was the biggest mistake ever. I said, look at Dylan Gabriel.
I remember
looking
that.
like the same size. It's a short on my page. If y'all want to go watch it, go watch it. Dylan Gabriel is trying to high five the kids, and he and I said, oh, they should have never done that. Who the heck is his publicist? You should have never put him next to those kids.
But here's my opinion, though, that a lot of people are going to disagree with me. All right, so Kevin Stefanski, in order for him to keep his job,
quick. Let me say hi to one of my guys. 23K KC Outdoors. What up with you, man? Go ahead, Max.
So in order Kevin Stefanski in order for him to keep his job, he has to win about 3 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has to win. He has to at least go. What is it? 6-10? He cannot. He cannot go no more than 2 games under 500. If he goes 5, if he only wins 1 more game throughout the season, he's losing his job at the end of the after whenever they play the Bengals, which the game I'm going to be at. Can't wait. Yeah, Kevin Stefanski is getting his walking papers that Monday.
But I don't believe the Cleveland Browns are trying to win. Hey, RMJ, what's up with you? Hope all is well. I don't think they're trying to win. If they're trying to win, they could have won the San Francisco game. So why did they give the San Francisco game up?
They didn't give the game up. It was
you don't think they gave it up?
It was 2 reasons. Here's the 2 reasons why the Cleveland Browns lost that game on the 49ers.
Oh, I want
to hear coaching.
I want to hear
special teams. Bad coaching and special teams. It's like if you're giving the ball up more than twice at your own 30-yard line, that's going to be a hard game to kind of win because it was a nasty game. The wind you had 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And so you already knew the game was going to be about running the ball, field position. Now I do, and if you let me take it back, I do get you about when it comes with the media narrative and how they do kind of make Shedeur Sanders to be like, I'm not going to say a super villain, but let's just be honest. Brock Purdy had a decent game. Brock Purdy had a good game, for I heard, right?
Bruh,
Versus the 49ers.
first
Shedeur
half.
Sanders Shador Sanders had a okay game. That's why I hear in front of media. If you look at the player stats, they literally have the same identical statistics. Actually, Shador Sanders have better statistics
He
than
does.
Brock Purdy does.
I actually have it on the screen right now. On the first half QB comparisons, I have it on the screen right now. You're driving, so don't look at it. But,
I
bruh,
already know the statistics.
yeah,
And so, but if you look out throughout the whole entire game, only 26 of the yardage that Shador Sanders had got it in garbage time at the end.
yeah, right.
And so,
His throwing percentage got worse because they were trying to hurry and they started. I don't know why you wait till 2 minutes left in the game to start throwing the ball like fast.
well,
Because
Kevin
in the
Stefanski
third
was.
quarter, you could
Mhm.
have actually picked up the pace in the third quarter. You didn't pick up the pace. You just kind of like started doing this. You kept doing the same thing, and the game was what 10-8 at that point. So I'm like,
It's
why don't you just pick up the pace a little bit? Why are we still running the ball like
bad
we don't?
coaching. Bad coaching. Kevin Stefanski has gotten basically. That was a game where you see, oh, he's getting out coached again. Like he got out coached. Like he got out coached versus the Jet
I
versus
don't
the
feel like
Ravens.
I don't feel like he got out coached. I got a different feeling, man. Stefanski better. I just met him. But there's no way a coach is on the sidelines seeing a game this close and he doesn't get aggressive. The game was so close. I kept saying because I did a live. I was live
He
reacting to the
was
game.
aggressive, brother. He
And
was
I just
aggressive.
kept saying, pick up the pace. The game is close. You can win this. This is a winnable game. If they lose this game, it's because they don't want to win this game. So I came to the conclusion that they didn't want to win the game. But the game was
So
a winnable game. It was
what?
8-7. 8-7 going to the halftime. It was 8-7. Was it 8-7 or 10? Had they scored the field goal at that point? No, no,
Um,
no. It was 10-7 when it went to the halftime.
it was 10-8
10
halftime,
8, 10
which
8. Yeah,
the
10-8.
defense, the defense kind of dropped the ball on that one, which they gave up 3 points within 30 seconds. So I get you, but and this is why I go against the narrative. Oh, they're trying to tank. Here's the reason why they're
Please,
not
I
trying
want
to
to hear
tank.
this. Please give me a good reason. I
So
need
they
something
have
good to hold on to.
18. They have like I they for next year in 2026 cap room, they literally have $18 million in cap space. If they were tanking, they would have to have at least 3 times that cap space because when you tank, you got to get rid of half of the roster the next season. Half of the roster got to be gone. You got to get rid of the stink because if you're literally actually if you're actually trying to tank, yeah, you if you because the coach is going to be most likely the coach is going to be gone. Most likely, everybody in the front office is going to be gone. You're going to have new people coming in, and so when new
Well,
people
Mary
come
Kay
in,
said
there's a
that
new
Stefanski
culture.
ain't going.
Yeah, like and this is why the Deshaun Watson was the worst trade in NFL history. But I'm at this point to where I feel like, or maybe just Kevin Stefanski might just be that bad of a coach.
I don't think so, man. How do you win Coach of the Year and then you all of a
Let's
sudden
see.
forget how to coach?
When Kevin Stefanski took over, he had prime Nick Chubb, prime Kareem Hunt. He had Odell Beckham in his prime, David Njoku in his prime, Myles Garrett in his prime. He had Jarvis Landry. They they had a top 10 defense. He literally came in with a ready to win team. So what I came into the conclusion is Kevin, if you give Kevin Stefanski an 8-8 team, well, he's going to go 8-8. If you give him a team that's going to go undefeated, he's going to go undefeated. He's not going to give you nothing more than
and
what the
nothing
team
less.
is. And so,
Mm.
example, if you have a I don't know who's a good coach right now, McVay right now with the Rams. If you put him with the Cleveland Browns you have right now, possibility we were still we're still in the playoff hunt without no help because you have
And
a
who's your quarterback?
you said most likely it would most likely would have been it would be Shedeur Sanders if it
So
was McVay.
McVay comes in. Shedeur's your quarterback. So you were built around the
Yeah.
preseason. You built around Shedeur with McVay, and even let's say the Pittsburgh Steelers get rid of your boy, and he comes over here. He's you're still doing better with them than the. Okay, so y'all are giving me this thing. Okay, I'm going to ask you a frivolous question. Throw it away if you
Okay.
like. Let me ask you a don't answer if you don't want. Is Stefanski on the spectrum?
No, I just believe he is an overrated coach.
Okay. All right, because
And that's the
we're
truth.
trying out here being BWBs, bandwagon Browns. We don't know who's who around here. We learned who Mary Kay was, but we don't know Stefanski. When he moves, he's kind of quiet, and then he gets loud. So it's like he has Asperger's, right? He gets like he's quiet, and then he's like, "Yeah, let's go out there and let's support each other. Let's do this and let's." And I'm like, "Where was that on the side? Like, what? Who are you? What are you? Are you autistic?" I'm trying to figure out. So these are real, like, genuine questions because I'm trying to figure out who he is. And he's too calm, and then he bursts out. And then he makes a lot of
We got to
mistakes.
coach better. The players got to play better.
Yeah. So
We just got to be better all around. Oh my God!
yeah.
If he come out with that same tied line, like it's at a point he keeps coming out and do that. At a point, it's starting to get very disrespectful. And just to be honest, because it's like you have said the same thing the past. I don't know what we're on week 13 now. You have said the same thing for the past 12 weeks, and nothing has gotten better. Like honestly, the coach should have gotten fired because you're looking at what's the current standings right now? What's the current rank? I mean, we're on what 3-9,
We're 3-9. Yeah.
3-9. How the special teams has literally cost us 3 games. Cost us the Jets games, cost us the 49ers game. The 49ers game. It's either their players ain't hearing what the coach is coaching, what the coach is telling, or the coach ain't coaching good enough. Which one is it? Like what the players ain't listening to what the coach is saying to them. So you have Gage Larvidan with three fumbles, 2 recoveries.
So is he a game manager then? Are you calling him a game manager or a talent manager? That's basically
Who?
all he is. Like you said,
Who?
Stefanski, if you
Oh,
give him.
Stefanski?
Yeah, if you said if you give him a bunch of stars, he will give you what the stars can give you, but nothing beyond that. So if is he like a prime? Is he a coach prime?
Kevin Stefanski can only control a couple of. He's basically. I have more power than him in Madden 26 than he got right now. Only Kevin Stefanski could do is call timeouts and challenge the
Mm.
play. Remember, he gave up the play calling for as the offensive coordinator. You can't do that more than you. Yeah, like do you know how big it is for him to be an offensive guru to give up his play calling, right? You know how big that is, right?
That's what I'm saying because people keep crowning him And this is a great conversation, by the way. Thank you for calling in. Um, People keep crowding him. Like, I guess now that his people know that he's on the hot seat, so they're out there trying to vouch for him because they want him to come to over here in New York. And I'm like, you better not bring that man over here because he's too simple minded to come over here. So I don't want him over here. But people are like saying he's this offensive genius, and I'm like, okay. So then, if you go offensive genius, bro, it's 8 to 10. We're in the third quarter, bro. Pick it up. Where's your geniusness? Show me what you can do. Fourth and how are we going for it on our 33-yard line with the tight end, and he doesn't even know how to hike the ball.
So he should have and that's where he felt at his job. Remember, I told you he can only do a couple of things. That's what was a perfect time for him to call the timeout. Perfect timing for him to call the timeout, and he can't even do that correctly. And so, and here, do you know the reason why he went for it?
Why?
It was basically like, well, we're 3-8, might as well. That's basically what.
I'm trying to give this guy a real chance here, but you're not helping him.
Well, I have given Kevin Stefanski a chance, and whenever I watch Nick Chubb crying, talking about, dang, this is man, I can't believe, this is the only NFL team that I have been with, he crying everything, and he was a major fan favorite. Like, I got a little emotion. I got a little bit emotional when Nick Chubb was gone because I'm like, hey, I remember cheering for him when I was like in my early 20s. Now I'm a couple of years away from being 40. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe.
Wow.
And so,
well, we
so
keep
you
learning
just,
from y'all,
yeah,
y'all real Cleveland fans, like like us. We're BWBs, we're bandwagon Buffs, and we're bandwagon Browns. So we didn't have to change anything. We just had to switch uniforms and colors. But we're trying to
dude,
figure out what land are we at. We're lost in this because things are not normal here in Cleveland land.
I was so
It's
happy.
weird out here.
I was so happy when Shedeur Sanders got drafted in the 5th round. I'm gonna be real with you. I cried. I
Wow.
cried. My girl, she looked at me like, "What you crying for?" I was like, "Shedeur Sanders, he's a Brown, baby. He's a Brown." Because it's funny because I'm a Buffs fan. I'm a
Uh,
Buffs fan. That was the first
okay.
school to ever recruit me, was the Colorado Buffs back in the
Okay.
day. And so when Deion Sanders went there, I was like, ah. And then
Oh man.
then he was with Jackson State. I was like, ah. I was like, oh my God. And so I was just like, I've been like, dude, like, just hear me out. I played football at Jackson State, and the Colorado
No, no,
football,
you didn't play for Jack. You did not play for Jackson State.
yeah, 06.
Oh, hold on. Let me put this together. Shedeur went to your alma mater.
Yeah, Auburn Martyr.
You
Yes,
played for
sir.
Jackson State,
Hmm.
and Colorado recruited you.
Yes, Colorado. It was one of the teams that
What
recruited me.
the
One
heck?
of the schools that recruited me.
What?
It was one of.
What kind of
So
story?
I chose Jackson State over the Colorado Buffs,
Wow.
which was a hard decision for me to make. But I made I guess you would call it.
A business
I made
decision?
a I made a decision for where it was close to my family. Not only it was close to my family, but I get to go to a HBCU, and so I thought that was dope also. And so I went to the same HBCU that my grandfather went to and all that. So I thought it was dope. And Jackson State, Jackson Fear, Jackson Dare. And the craziest thing is Cleveland Browns, that has been, that's the team we've been rooting for since I was a kid. And so just imagine you get one of my favorite players, Shedeur Sanders, played for the school. Then come to the NFL to my favorite team, dog. And it was just, and I was also going through a hard time. I just needed a win. I ain't know how I was gonna get this win, but I just needed a win from somewhere. And when they was like Shedeur Sanders to the Cleveland Browns, I was like, yes, we got the best player for the cheapest price possible. We got a steal, baby. Let's just see how bad our offensive. I already knew coming in that the offensive line was going to be a little bit shaky, and that the wide receiver room probably might have been a little bit shaky. I did not expect
Your
wide receiver
offensive
room was going to
line
be
is
this
not
bad.
terrible. Your offensive line is the average offensive line in the NFL. Y'all got a pretty nice offensive line. There are
I
teams
want
that
you
are
to
out
watch
there
the
that will
film
cry.
22.
I'm
I
just
want you
saying.
to. Yeah.
There are offensive lines out there that that are worse than what y'all got. Shedeur had forever to throw on Sunday. Now the fourth quarter, the last 6 minutes in the fourth quarter will make it seem like they're the worst offensive line in the business, but no, the entire game they protected Shedeur like he was their baby and he was white.
So the top three. So the Cleveland Browns, if I remember correctly, PFF it's in the top three of the worst offensive line in the NFL.
No, I'm not talking about
Now,
overall stats. I'm talking about just what happened on Sunday with
no,
the San
now
Francisco
they've been
49ers.
playing. They have been. Now I will give it to the offensive line. They played good for versus the Raiders. They
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 did
did
well. They did
they did.
excellent
I'm not going to
against
say
against.
excellent
It
against
was
the
excellent,
49ers.
bro.
They did pretty.
Ain't nothing you can sell me
Oh
that's
my
not.
God!
It was excellent.
If you watch that fourth and inches, it's supposed to be fourth and inches, but hey,
Nah,
that's
bro.
me here. I disagree with the ref, but fourth and inches, our supposedly best offensive lineman Joe Patonio got blued up
Bro.
on that fourth and one.
Ain't no offensive line ain't gonna have some off plays here and there. Ain't no perfect offensive line. Let's get serious. I don't care how good you are, even with Tom Brady and his best offensive lines, even they got busted through every now and then. But what I saw on Sunday, and I kept saying it, people can go back and watch that live stream. What I kept saying was, wow, look at the protection. Shedeur is standing back there. He got all day. I couldn't believe it because I'm not used to seeing Shedeur standing back there looking, waiting. That's why I said something happened because it's not customary for Shedeur to have all this time and a receiver doesn't become open. Somebody sold that game or somebody didn't want to get open.
No, it was just so they came into game plan to where it was going to be 45-mile-per-hour gust winds, and second half is supposed to be snowing. We're supposed to get a couple of inches of snow. The problem was it never the weather got better more than the longer the game went. So the coach did not switch up the play calling. He did not
Well,
switch up
the
he
OC was
should have
calling the
switched up.
play, so the coach didn't have to do it. That's why I kept asking. I said, well, wait a minute. Why we keep running the ball when Shedeur can throw this ball at least 25 yards, right? 30 yards. Yeah. I have a graphic that says that Shedeur, let me put this on the screen. We can end with this because I got to go. We're supposed to end this show. My son is in the chat. He said, Dad, what happened to getting out at 8? You see what happens when I, anyways. But
Good
let me put up this
conversation.
graphic. Yeah, I know it's a good conversation. Like I said, thank you. I do appreciate when I get good conversation, I get lost in it. But let me put up this graphic and we can end on this. Right? Look, this is what y'all are working with here. And I don't know if they know, but it says 30-yard completion 0. 30-yard completion 0 for Flacco and for Dylan Gabriel. 30-yard completions 4 for a guy that only had 6 days of practice. 30 yards. So I'm saying, I was kind of joking about, Shedeur. You giving Shedeur um, those dink and dunks. It's not his game, right? Like those 4 or 5 yards in front of the yellow line. Shedeur can just reach over and just hand him the ball with that. I was just joking about that, but that's not his game. So if you know that this guy, a 30-yard throw is he can do that in his sleep, then why not open up the playbook or just switch it up? Even if you came into the game preparing for the wind, preparing for the snow conditions, why not switch it up? Because you know who you got. But maybe they just didn't take the time to learn who Shedeur was, and they don't want to because they're planning to draft another quarterback. So they don't want to learn who Shedeur is. They don't care to learn because a 30-yard throw for Shedeur is that's his dink and dunk. He's dinking and dunking with 30 yards. He actually wants to go 50.
So I'm
So
gonna
why?
leave you with this.
Go ahead.
I know you have to go shortly, so I'll
Yeah.
leave you with this. Shedeur Sanders and all of his fans too is like when it comes with me.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to be patient with Shedeur Sanders
Okay.
because
Tell,
he
tell me
has the
why.
arm talent, he has the leadership abilities, he has everything that actually look for in a
Mm-hmm.
not only in a starting quarterback but also in a franchise quarterback. And so Shedeur, one thing where that he had to work on when it came to his scouting report, and it
Mm-hmm.
was one thing that I thought it was the hesitation, which the hesitation comes by is he wants to make the big throw. That's where the hesitation comes from, and the hesitation.
Shador doesn't have a hesitation problem. That's nothing. That where did you hear that from? I didn't hear that in the
No, no,
scouting
no.
report.
That's something I have watched. I actually have watched in when
I got
I
pushback.
yeah, sorry, my bad. That's something I
Yeah.
actually have watched when he was playing in at Colorado, and that's something he actually has done in Jackson State University. Now,
Hesitation?
it's not a no- it's basically what. Okay, so what I mean hesitation is sometimes you gotta play you gotta play you gotta play with the rhythm. You gotta play with the rhythm, right? So it's gonna be sometimes like example what Dylan Gabriel do a lot of dink and dunk. He's gonna throw to his first read real quick, right? Sometimes Shedeur Sanders has to do that. But there's sometimes screw the second read. Ooh, I like that third read. Dunk it. That's what I mean by hesitation.
Oh, okay.
Hesitation is he's doing a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
He's
So you're
doing
saying hesitation, but he's just waiting to get the big play.
basically he's
He's looking for
knocking
the
off
big
his
play.
first. Say he has a read that's hitting the post, right? He will
Mm-hmm.
knock off the post read to go look at the guy on the other side who's running a deep cross. He will say, nope, nope, we ain't gonna do that one. Ooh, this guy is
Well,
going
so
with
the
the
reason why
streak and
you
he's
got to
kind of
be
open.
careful,
Ooh,
here's how the media works. The reason why you have to be careful with the words that you use is because words are important when it comes to Shedeur, right? When you say hesitation,
hmm
it works against him because Shedeur is not a person that hesitates. He's so very confident in what he wants. He will wait for that play, but he's not going to hesitate once he gets what he wants. So I wouldn't use the word hesitation. I will replace that word with he waits for the big play
Well,
or
see,
the
that's
for a
the
bigger
football
option.
term. See, that's the football term. The football
Okay.
term when it comes
Yeah, the regular
hesitation.
folk don't
Yeah.
understand that football
Okay.
language that you're using. So
Yeah.
when you say hesitation, it sounds like he's second guessing himself.
I would no when it comes to now he does that too also, and that is not a bad thing too because honestly he's a rookie quarterback in the NFL, and so he's gonna has like at least I could say one of the great things I like about Shedeur Sanders, at least he could look at all his reads. That's why it comes down to sometimes the reason why he holds the ball a little bit longer than he holds the ball a little bit long, but that's something that is easily cleaned up. That's something easy get cleaned up. What it takes to get that cleaned up? Sometimes it takes a f around and find out one of those big hits from Myles Garrett to like, you know what? Sometimes I'm gonna have to get this out on the first read. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But
So yeah, holding onto the ball too long is one of the things that I keep screaming about here on this channel because yes, he does that. I'm just my pushbacks are going to be Shedeur is way too confident and way too accurate to, and then he's so confident he doesn't second guess himself. He knows what he wants, and if he can trust you, like if he had a Travis Hunter or an Omarion Miller, it's no problem. Like Shedeur knows if I throw it out there, I know who's gonna go get it.
see,
Like the Will
he don't
Shepherds.
need that though. That's the thing about it. See,
What do you
Kevin
mean he don't need that?
Stefanski, Kevin Stefanski has not allowed Shedeur Sanders to play quarterback yet. Shedeur Sanders has kind of sort of played quarterback, but he hasn't. Kevin Stefanski hasn't opened it up for him. Like example,
Because he doesn't
where
know him.
no, it's the fact that Kevin Stefanski doesn't trust him the way he trusted Dylan Gabriel.
If he knew
Now,
him, he would trust him. If he knew
well,
Shedeur,
it doesn't have anything about it's the fact that it's like you ever heard about they say they don't want to ruin him, right? I know you have at least heard that, right?
they don't
And
want to put
so,
him out there too early or too soon.
well, and the reason why you don't want to put a guy out there a little bit too early, too soon is the fact that you ever heard of the terminology seeing ghosts?
Yeah, because
And
yeah, we said that on Donald said that with the Jets.
yeah, and so you don't want him to develop the habit of he's going to be seeing ghosts, but also I'm at the point to where I'm like, you know what, Kevin Stefanski, the trainer, I'm like, bruh, you literally had him in there, and I seen like you had him in the Baltimore Ravens game. I have seen 3 blitzes that if I was on the offensive line or if I was a quarterback would have freaked me out because of the fact that I watched them send a corner and I didn't even know the corner was coming. I'm looking at it on TV. I was like, they just blitzed a corner? Oh, snap, from the other side. Man. And so he already got baptized by fire. So I'm ready for Kevin Stefanski, open up the playbook, allow Shedeur Sanders to play actual quarterback. Don't let him kind of sort. Get the plays that he feel comfortable the
Give
most.
him the daggone office.
Yeah.
Like let's stop playing around. Get to do the office. Stop what is that play they keep doing with the direct snap to what Judkins?
Oh, wild dog.
That
Wild
wildcat.
dog.
That wildcat.
No, it's called wild dog. We don't call it wildcat. It's a
Okay.
wild
So
dog.
I guess the announcers are calling it the wildcat, but for y'all, because since y'all the dog pound, you're calling it a
Yeah.
wild dog. So yeah, I mean, like I find it to be a little disrespectful, kind of, because you're like you don't tell me you don't trust me by showing me that every time you get into a tight situation, you pull me out of the game. Like, and you never did that to Dylan Gabriel. So I'm like,
Yeah, I actually agree with you, but also you should probably agree with me. They haven't really scored no points, and so I'm like, you know what? As much as I want to see Shedeur dunk it, drop it in the corner, I'm like, you know what? Let's just get the points. Let's get off the field, and let's we fight the well. We're
well,
not
let's
here to
find
fight the
another.
battle. Yeah, we're here to win the war. And so I'm like, hell, we
I'm
won the
with it.
war.
I'm with it. But there are times where the game is actually better with the ball in his hands because he is your best.
I agree.
He's
I
the
agree.
guy. So, those 1 yards, Shedeur can just run across, or he can just dive across. If you trust your quarterback and you know your quarterback, you know who you got. You don't have like. Why would you trust Dylan Gabriel in those scenarios, but not trust Shedeur in those scenarios? What is the
Here's
reasoning?
the reasoning is Dylan Gabriel started the most games for I think for any quarterback in history in college football, and so Dylan Gabriel has that.
We're beyond that though. I
He
mean,
but see,
now we're in the NFL. We're playing
well,
football.
I'm giving the reason why they trust him more is because Dylan Gabriel has seen many different offices from big schools. Now, I know Shedeur have seen the same thing, but not as concentrated as Dylan Gabriel. Because you also do have to remember his dad did coach him. So his dad knows how to coach him the way it works for him. The problem with it came with the whole and this is the reason why I said earlier, Kevin Stefanski, no, he sabotaged himself. This is why I have done earlier. I would have gotten rid of, I would have made a decision, either Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco. Who's going to be the veteran? One of y'all has to go before OTAs. I would have had a little quarterback throw off. Best quarterback stayed. The worst quarterback get traded or gets cut. Then I would have had it as Shedeur Sanders. I would have been like, listen here, Shedeur, you're gonna be the starter. You're the actual one that's gonna be the starter. But the reason why we're gonna put Dylan Gabriel in is because one, he has a little bit more experience than you. So when he goes in, the game is going to be a little bit slower for him. But I also, while he's in there, I want you to gather. I want you to get your reps. I want you to keep understanding because when we release this thing to you, we're trying to go to the playoffs when we release this thing to you. And so,
Now we're in the
or
fantasy land.
or because Kevin Stefanski, he would have done better instead of saying it was what is it a
Quarterback
full quarterback
competition.
competition. Just be
Hmm.
like, hey, I love all the quarterbacks we have, but the future is Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur Sanders is a great quarterback. Not only a great quarterback, I think he could be the franchise quarterback of this team, but there's some things we have to fix up. We need to make sure, he's throwing with anticipation. We want to make sure not only, we want him to play in rhythm sometimes. We
Throwing with
don't want him to go,
anticipation. What are you talking about?
yeah,
Shador throwing with anticipation?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what he does.
yeah. Well,
Holding the ball too long, I'll give you, right?
throwing anticipation,
Not
that was actually one of his knocks on the scouting report.
how
And
how?
remember that big hit that Jerry Judy got catching that ball on the sideline? If he would throw in anticipation, he should have had known he should have thrown that ball at least a half a second earlier to save Jerry Judy from getting hit on the sideline that hard, because there's sometimes getting hit like that could have caused an incomplete pass, or you don't want to get your wide receivers hurt, and you don't want to be like Dylan Gabriel throwing hospital balls. How many times we have watched?
I guess that's a football. They're using a football term to describe that because
Well,
throwing,
throwing anticipation.
throwing with anticipation. I see that Shador. I don't. Shador throwing late. Mm.
Well, and that's where it comes with him holding the ball, and so that comes part with throwing anticipation. Like he should anticipate that corner knows that he's there, so it's going to be times to where, hey, I'm gonna throw this, bro, but you about to get lit. But there's sometimes to where, example, he could have thrown that ball to save his half a second earlier to a second. He was open for at least 2 seconds before he threw the ball. And so he could have saved his guy a little bit of damage on extra wear and tear on the body if he just threw it just a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But like I said, it's things that he's going to come with in time.
Yeah.
But to all the fans, the Shedeur fans, I don't know what they call y'all. Some of them call the Shedeur Glazers, the prime sexuals.
Yeah, I'm not one of those. Yeah, like, I mean, they got names out there for the Shador fans, but
The Shahive.
I don't even know what if there's a name out there. But that's why I said we the fans. I'm a Shador fan, but I'm not. I don't fall under the under the same
I
because
like the Shahive. I
I'm
like the Shahive.
the Shadorians. That's
You
a
know,
good
no,
one.
the
Hey,
no, the
got time to make it
Shahive.
up.
The Shahive. Instead of the Shadorians, the Shahive. I
So
like that.
like the beehive.
Yeah, like a beehive. I like that better so much. The Shahive.
Because then now you're comparing us to the what's the name, the Beehive from Beyonce's fans. So
Well,
that's disrespectful.
I ain't disrespectful. The Shahive is why.
Because,
The reason why.
because
The reason.
no, Beyonce's fans are gay, a lot of gay guys and women.
Mm, mm.
So if you
My
compare us
bad.
to the
My bad.
Beehive,
My bad.
yeah, if you compare us to
We're
the
gonna cross that
Beehive,
one out.
then we're saying we're gay and we're a bunch of
I'm crazy and I'm crazy. I think I might snap. Don't listen to me. Hold
yeah,
on.
we're not no
Flag on the play.
Shahives.
Unnecessary
Ain't no
talking
Shahives.
on the
Nah.
Max Powers.
The Shadorians,
15.
okay, I can see Shadorians. I got time today. Shadorians is not bad. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? People think we're crazy and we don't know football, and I'm here to let them know that if y'all think we're crazy, then y'all must be crazier.
Well,
Because Stefanski is on the spectrum. I can see that he's a little autistic. There's no way that he's sitting over there quiet and then all of a sudden 2 minutes to go, then he's going to pick up the pace in the fourth quarter. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Let's get
and,
up out of here.
and that's the reason why I was just like, I've been, telling all the fans of Shedeur, like, hey, he ain't sabotaging him. He's sabotaging himself because what's going to happen is Kevin Stefanski, because, all right, this is just me being, I'm not being biased, I'm just being pure neutral.
You got 30 seconds with that. I got to go.
Pure neutral. All right. Who looks better at quarterback? Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders? My opinion, Shedeur Sanders have looked good as he looked better as a quarterback. It seems like the team is playing better. But Kevin Stefanski, if he keeps how his bad coaching up, no, he don't have to worry about going to the Giants. I doubt anybody's going to be like, nah, we good. We good. We good on him as a head coach. But welcome to the Cleveland Browns, y'all. Trust me, the media gets better.
Yeah. All right, man. We do on this show on the TLP. We do final thoughts. It could be about anything. It could be about what we just talked about. But let's get your final thoughts. Let's get up out of here.
Thank you for inviting me on. Like I said before, I like Shedeur Sanders. I think I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL, but I know he's going to be the Cleveland Brown franchise quarterback. Let's go Browns. Roof, roof. And thank you for
Um,
having me.
Thank you for coming on. I hate to break your heart, but I'm opposite of what you just said. I would say in my African dialect or tongue,
Diaspora.
God for God forbid. And do what we Africans do. God forbid. God forbid.
God for the big God.
But out of respect for my guest, who happens to be a real Cleveland Browns fan, I'll let you live with that thought. Or now. Thank you for coming on, Max Powers. I appreciate you coming on and with TLP of our new show called We the Fans. You are the very first guest on the We the Fans show. We try to have this at least once a week. Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate you. Have a great evening.
I appreciate it, brother. You have a great evening too, sir.
All right, take care.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Peace.
folks. Thank you. All right, folks. Y'all, thank you for joining me here on We the Fans, guys. Look, man. We ain't crazy. We're not delusional. We know football. But if you act crazy, we're gonna act crazier. If you don't do your job, we're gonna call you out on it because you're getting paid millions of dollars to do your job. If you play like you're not gonna play our guy, we're gonna call you out on that as well. Because we the fans, we can say whatever we want to say. We're not in the media. We're not beholden to anybody. We're not working for the Cleveland Browns, and we're not working for nobody. We just out here and we got platforms just like you do. And we're loud. Oh, and we proud to be supporting our guy, Shedeur Sanders. Until next time, I'll see y'all on We the Fans. I go by the name of Harry B. The B means billion. Peace.